Hey everybody.
Hello.
Oh, people came
You're
in while we
docking my pay?
Yeah, we were talking about after all of your harassing Aspen, you were late tonight.
Karma.
I thought it was pretty funny. I gotta
I do have to say, like, 2 minutes is a little bit different than, 20. Ooh, what's that?
my new cup. It's Mortician.
Cute.
It says don't be a prick with a bunch of bats.
Oh, yeah, that's a good quote.
I got it today on my adventure.
I got this.
I seen it. I like it.
I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Somebody had it made for me.
It's very nice.
And I freaking pulled out my stupid back again. It's like once a year I've got to do that. Like literally doing something like so dumb. But yeah, but Hubs hung it up for me, and he was like sitting here because this was all like ready to go for my live earlier, and he like sat down in the chair, and it just like showed him from like here down, and he was like, "If I ever go on your live, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like the faceless, just from the chin down." Like, I told him, I was like, "Yeah, you might have to defute all of these lies that are being spread about me that you were contacted." And he was like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, there's some wild ones going around.
yeah." But that one is like, "Hello, we live in the same house. All I have to do is say, hey, did you get any text messages about me trying to leave you for someone else?" Like, what?
So absurd.
Yeah. But I did gander from his Ask Me Anything live that he didn't really mean that for one. And he
Thank you, HCC.
um oh well, I lost it. Oh, that he has not watched the live that I just did earlier.
Yeah, but then
So
and then goes live and talks about it like he.
right, like, are you kidding me? Like, people, all they have to do is just go watch it. It's literally a court hearing. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't talk during the entire thing, and I'm really glad I didn't. I just chatted along with the chat.
yeah.
Like, it is self-explanatory.
Yeah, if anybody didn't see
Oh,
it,
yeah, he did, Jamie.
I shared it on my community wall, and um, I don't remember if I think I only shared it in my Discord, but it's on my community wall, so you can find it there if you're not already subscribed to her, but you should be. Just saying.
And just to say, congratulations on your monetization. Woohoo!
Thanks.
HCC got to be your first
He had to
super
outdo
chat.
everyone, didn't he?
Huh?
He just had to outdo everyone.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't going to mention it. Southern Girl, any update on your duck eggs? She's got 6 eggs that she's been live streaming, waiting on them to hatch.
Hmm. Oh, and Jamie, I saw your video earlier and I totally agree with you. Um, it's disheartening, and I hope that I had said in Ruckus's chat of like he's using your credibility to gain like his own, to just so he can grift more. That's exactly what he's doing. But Alex is on his channel right now. So, you know, it is what it is.
Thank you.
I'm nothing going like against the guy at all. I just hope that he can kind of see the light. But everybody's got to do that on their own time, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people are hard hard learners, or like my kids. My oldest, shoot, like she needed to learn things. Luckily, she's very wise, but she needed to learn things the hard way. But my youngest, like, she would see things that my older daughter would get in trouble for, just for instance, and she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't need to get into that," So she doesn't need to learn things the hard way. Like, she can learn through watching what other people do. And everybody's different. Both of my kids are awesome. Yeah, Crimezilla. I kind of wonder if he didn't go on there to get Greeno, like, off of the Crime Geek and um stuff, because he was really going hard. I really feel like, I mean, if y'all were there, I read the injunction for protection from Manatee County and like what it says. And I think he could have already violated that. You know what, Jessica Rabbit? She was a pretty face. She can do whatever she wants, but that's not how the world.
Just
Stop your lies.
so my mods know, don't block anybody. Um, just I mean, if it's like too bad, you can like write
That
out,
literally doesn't even
leave
make sense,
everything.
Jessica. Like, come on, get it together. Come at me with something better.
What's this? He's so he does it for the attention. He knows he'll get attention doing this.
I don't know. You guys need to check out some of Jamie's videos because they're just like hilarious, but they're just so true.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, don't remove anything against me. I don't need protected. Let it stand for whatever they say. My view is let the live chat reflect itself.
Yeah, Mel's like me on that, so unless it's like racist or whatever, like that's the only time I
Yeah.
delete stuff and block people. But
Hey, Luke. Hello, Incog.
thank you, Incog. Hi, Luke.
Yeah, and
Hi, Jimmy.
there was a few people over there from our chat that were like laying it down, and it got him going. Like, he's basically like he's still trying to just like lie his way around it. He hasn't even watched it. He showed the petition that he's filed against me. He's still trying to peddle that shit, that like it's going to be reopened once he's out of jail. Like, I'll call him again. I'll call Carroll County again on Monday. It's like I have like a weekly call with them of
Right.
like, they're like, no, there's no green form. There's nothing. Like, but
No.
yeah, he doxed me again, which, it's a court document. It is. But the thing is that it's only, uh, he and I are the only ones that could get that court document. Like, you can't just get that because it is a different type of it's an injunction hearing. So what he is showing is something that is considered a bit of doxing. Plus, he's showing all the lies. But the thing is like, while he was doing that, the one that he made up about me following him around with his kid and like,
Mm-hmm.
if I can't have you, no woman can bullshit.
Yeah.
He changed that. He literally didn't read it. And so, of course, since it's a lie, like, he didn't remember his own lie that he wrote down. So he like changed the words around. You're just like, dude. I don't, but we're all idiots, and a bunch of other curse words.
I mean, is he even actually getting like views?
Yeah, I mean, just this week alone, like his channel went from like what 200 to 400.
Yeah, but we know how that goes. But like, is he actually getting the views that support that?
I don't know. I mean, not when he's like he got called out by somebody named El Gaucho. Um, which is awesome name, but like for basically doing, you know, the same old shit that you were the one that sent it to me on Hannah Wilson and the True Crime Daily one,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
where he's
where he
literally just like
cut their.
word for word. He even
Yep.
covered up their emblem and everything. Like it was like blatant.
Yeah.
And then the CC
Oh,
Moore one, but he did it again with the Stevenson that he just uploaded, and then was like, "Well, I gave them credit." It's like, dude, no, you didn't. Like, no, you didn't. Stop it.
um, it started with child support, and then it was probation violations. Okay. Well, there's no such thing as a quick summary of this person. Um, what's your quickest summary, Mel?
He is a long time. I would consider him to be an habitual offender. Like
Yeah.
he is since 2005, which was the time that he turned 18 and his things could be, you know, not a juvenile case. So, but he's just a, you know, he just cannot stay out of trouble. Seems like about once a year. He's gone on the run at least twice. He, according to him, he has 70 felonies, so that means he's not someone to be messed with. Um, he's abused pretty much every girlfriend that he has been with. I haven't found any he has not. And that's according to them, not me. And he's just been in my opinion, he's exploiting the Delphi case for his own gain. He's stated things that are vile. He's done things that were misleading in the investigation. He's inserted himself in the investigation. You name it, he's done it. But he's just a long time con man, you know, like he said it himself. He's the con man, you know, like before it was the true crime world, it was bounty hunting, you know, he grifted on that and like just blatantly acted like he's allowed to be a bounty hunter with all of his felonies. And some of the time that he was a bounty hunter, he was literally on the run he was a fugitive from law. Like it's just insane. But yeah, he is a tragedy pimp.
Yes, just for you. The violent version.
Yeah, old Ern.
Um,
Is
we're
is
talking
he
we're talking
still?
about a YouTuber, but if you subscribe to Mel, there's a whole series on him.
Yeah,
I lost count of how many videos there are now, but she goes through like everything.
I don't know. There was just always something new that he kept doing, and it took me forever to get through the. We got sidetracked by a few Smule nights, so those
I
were so fun.
they were a good party.
I can't believe they're still up. Like if I was like got out and I listened to that, the first thing I would be doing would be taking down my Smule account. But it's not.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, but there's no reason for a grown man to be singing Disney songs on a Smule account. That's just
He's proud of those songs.
apparently, you know, just he had the nerve to say that he was trying to protect crime. Oh yeah, crime geek from her mother, for God's sake. Yeah, and me. But the thing is like I didn't reach out to Crime Geek's mom or her. Like that I was reached out to by her mom, who saw my post on my Facebook after she grew very concerned when he
Mm-hmm.
visited her house on Christmas Eve night.
Yep.
So that's yet another lie that he's trying to spread. And it seems to me like by saying those things, like he's still trying to manipulate Crime Geek.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you about my crazy ass nightmare I had.
The chat will get a kick out of it if it's the one that you told us about.
Yeah. So I think it was because like me and a Crime Geek were on the phone, and we had earlier this week, like we literally talked for like 3 hours, just not even about him, just about life and like getting to know each other, and just kind of sharing some of like my life and like experiences, because I am older. And so I think that's why like the dream like happened. So I had this dream that me and Crime Geek were on a vacation together, like, and we were having so much fun. Like we were just living it up. And then a Greeno shows up, and he was wearing this ridiculous Hawaiian shirt for some reason that was like have you ever starched a shirt like overly, like way too much, and to where it's just like if you just imagine like a super overstarched Hawaiian shirt that was just like way too big for him, and it made he was super little in the dream, which I think is like probably the reality, but like the shirt made him look even smaller. So he's wearing this shirt, and she's decided that she's going to give him another chance. And I'm like appalled, and I'm arguing with him. And she would like need to leave the room to go take care of something. And so then he would start telling me about how he's going to kill us, and he hates us, and I'm going to kill you. And I'm just like, and then she would come back in the room, and then he would turn into this like Hawaiian shirt wearing like softy. It was like watching Kimona on, like, what's that guy from Hawaii 5-0? Like
Oh,
Kimamona or something like that. Like imagine a shirt that would fit, if you've ever watched Hawaii 5-0, imagine a shirt that would fit Kimamona. I don't know. I'm saying his name wrong, but like he is a huge like Suma type body type, where like imagine Greeno wearing that big of a starch shirt. Like that's what he was wearing. And he thought he was so cool. It was just like the craziest dream, and it lasted forever. And it just consisted of us being in a room, and like her having to leave the room a bunch of times, and then I'm stuck in there with him. It's just weird.
so do you just think everyone that goes on vacation wears Hawaiian shirts? Like,
We didn't have him on. We didn't have him on, just him. Just him and the big, like, starched up 5XL dress. It's just gross. And it was, I don't know, like like his feet, I can't even explain it. Like because the shirt like made his legs look like so tiny, it made his feet look really like big and like weird. I don't know. It was the weirdest dream ever.
we watched a video of an old video of Ernie the other day, and he was sitting in a McDonald's booth, and he had his hat on, and it looked, I couldn't tell if the booth was trying to swallow him or the hat. The whole time, that's all I could think about was how tiny he looked on that video.
Yeah, he is another one that is he still on the run? Like
Yes.
what is that? What's that song? How does it go? Da 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 da. Ernie's on the run. Somebody's got a gun. Like, who sings that? Is that Ozzy Osbourne by chance? I don't think
No.
so, but
Where's
who knows what
HCC? He
song
knows
I'm
the,
talking about.
I'm sure HCC or Gypsy knows the answer to this. Oh, there we go.
Janie's got a gun, Ray Jones. Yeah.
He snuck in. I didn't know he was here. Oh, and it's apparently Aerosmith.
Steve Tyler, Aerosmith. He's got some lips, you know? Don't you think? Like Steven Tyler?
He's got a very large mouth. Yes.
It's like, wow. Um, yeah.
Hey, Dark Nightmares. Yeah.
People probably think I am the strangest cat because like we have like a real life friend and he was a model in New York and then also in California. So very, very nice looking, symmetrical man. And he has the biggest lips. They're just like, it's just like, wow. And I'm just like, like, and whenever I see anybody with just like really big lips, I don't know. I'm just like drawn to them to like try to figure them out. I don't know. But yeah, Steven Tyler has got some lips.
I think this is their interpretation. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so they're both doing the same thing. They're both
Oh, hey, Grizmatically Clever. I have a question. Is that like your videos? Is that the music ones? Are those music videos that you've made or of you singing in some of them or just like stuff that you've like produced or whatever? I didn't want to like I didn't know how to ask, but I really want to know because they're just so cool. Like there's so many cool videos on there. Like I added some of them to my playlist, like my music like playlist. And then we were over at my yeah, I can say that, just like my brother. And my playlist was playing and then one of the songs came on. I can't remember which one it is. I know the video if I see it. But everyone was like, "What's this? This is like really but everybody thought it was really cool." So,
um yeah, so Ernie's on the run. They're both lying, they're both twisting the stories, they're both making their own narrative, same thing.
yeah.
It's
Oh, I believe that. Whoever said that he's a predator.
yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Gosh, did you guys watch that one about uh oh my gosh, now I'm forgetting his name. Andrew Tate. Wow.
Well, fill us in.
I'm not done with it yet, but he's this guy that like he started off, he was on Big Brother and he got like taken off the show like a couple episodes in. And he's basically like he MMA fighting too, but he's just kind of he to me he's like if Greeno had height, looks, and money, you know?
So all the things he'll never have.
True. But like he is awful. Like just he studied Hustlers University, if that tells you anything. But he literally said this out loud. Like he was like, I have due to his like he basically gets girlfriends from what I've learned from the documentary. He gets girlfriends, he moves them into his compound, and then those girlfriends end up producing like web porn. So I'm not sure what that is. He's being charged with like all kinds of like sex trafficking and all kinds of stuff. And so he invites this like really liberal, like totally, not the same views. But in and he said just the most misogynistic, like crazy crap. And men all over are like buying it. So he's like the anti-toxic masculinity. Like he is toxic masculinity, but he's trying to like make that the norm. I don't know. He is off the hook. Like the things that man says is so vile. Hey, Sharon.
Oh.
Thanks, Molly Collie.
Oh, goodness. I bought a new shirt today, too.
Yeah, what does it say?
M for everyone for morbid. Warning, always wears black, discusses death, funerals, corpses, horror movies, hearses, skulls, and other macabre things often. So it's my new warning label.
Why did you say that The Matrix is not a scary movie?
Because it's not. It's an action movie.
It's terrifying if you really think about The Matrix.
It's an action movie.
It's scary.
No, it's not.
If that was reality, it would be scary.
Oh, I
It's
got new
scary.
things that you'll just love them.
I highly doubt it.
I didn't get a chance to bring everything up here, but I did bring something up here.
Gross. What is it?
It's Elvira.
It's a doll, though.
Yes, it is. It's lovely. I have a Wednesday Adam one ordered, but I don't know if it was on a wait list pre-order, so we'll see if I'm lucky enough to actually get it. But I found that one at the place I went today on a spooky adventure.
My lip smells like egg roll. I don't like it. Like I ate an egg roll for dinner and it's like still on my face.
I don't eat that stuff.
Oh, see? Read that. Couponing with Donna.
Funny you say that. Mr. Chaotic came home yesterday. They're not human, but came home yesterday and had me a whole box of trinkets that was like different animal bones and stuff in jars and bugs that are like mounted and all kinds of spooky.
He knows the key to your heart.
Yeah.
If he brought you home flowers, you would be like, toss them. No, you like flowers.
Oh, I buy my own flowers.
That's one of your oxymorons that I find. She always has fresh flowers.
Fresh roses at that.
Yeah.
I prefer orchids, but I really struggle keeping them alive. So I'm giving up. I'm just gonna buy a bunch of fake ones. I was in love with Elvira when I was a kid. Watched her every Saturday night and don't even like monster movies. Yeah, I was so excited about that. And it's the like collector's living dead doll one, and I actually got it for less than what they were selling it for. So still of a deal. Love it. What's Inkai got going on here? An upside down face.
I was laughing back at our last episode when someone in the chat was like, oh, we forgot how many things Mel's afraid of.
But no,
and then I was like, man, like I wonder if I could, like, if I just named all of them, like how many minutes could I fill up with the irrational things that I'm afraid of?
No, Fluzzy, I don't.
But yeah, I think it would be a lot.
Well, I drug him to a horror convention today, so.
Oh, is that what you did?
That's what I did today, yeah. And I was hoping that it wouldn't be as busy being Sunday so that I could film some, but I didn't. But I do have quite a few things. I can still make like a short video about it. So
Oh my gosh, I
it
need
was.
a blanket.
So he brought me home spooky goods yesterday, and then I drug him to spooky event today.
Aw.
And I might be dragging him to another one in 2 weeks. But
How did the party go last night?
well, see, I knew I had to get up really early. So I ended up not drinking, but my upstairs with 8 people here sounded like a bar.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 hours of sleep before we headed out. Thank you, Molly Collie. So
Hey,
yeah,
lighting the way home for the
I mean,
vanished. I said your whole name.
they had fun. We went to dinner, which was good, and then she backed out on going to the bar, which is fine because I really didn't feel up to it last night, especially
Right.
when I get up so early. But she got what? Well, she got her birds touched up, and then she got 4 new tattoos.
Mm.
And I don't remember what else. Now I have to figure out what my next party event will be.
Oh, great.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, Gangreno is the looking up Crime Con.
Can't say that I'm surprised.
But he's not going to be able to go because he can't be within 500 feet of somebody. So,
Yeah. They checked the doll business, took out boxes in the person's house too, and dug in the backyard. I'm gonna have to look up stuff on that one, Donna. Oh, and I'm getting ready to buy something that you're just gonna love, and it's like a little over 4 foot tall.
me?
Yeah.
That probably means I'm going to hate it.
That was
Usually,
exactly what I said when I found out.
that's usually your love language.
When I found out it launched, I looked at Mr. Chaotic and I was like, "Oh, Mel's just gonna love this one."
Oh, no.
It might make you hate Mikey less. Hi, Grizz. Sharon says, plus Crime Con cost money. Mm. Yes, Royal Girl. That would be who?
Ugh, scary. Sorry, I'm just getting all like a bunch of messages.
Did you see the one that we both would have gotten? Thank you, lighting the way home for the vanished. You ladies are awesome. Love you both.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think that they could stop him from going, but like if he's got within eyesight, that would be within the boundaries, and that might be an issue.
Yeah, I kind of want, I mean, she already has her ticket, so
I'm gonna write this down.
I would think she would just need to submit that to the court. He can't go, like, he can't knowingly go anywhere that she is. And if she is somewhere, then he is to leave. Like, she doesn't have to stay away. So,
I need to check into this. Don't you think? The
what?
doll thing? That's the doll thing that she was talking about.
The with the bones.
Yeah.
That sounds like something you should cover.
Probably.
Thanks, lighting the way home for the vanished. You're pretty awesome too. Cat's creepy creations. Ugh.
Hold on, who did I buy some? Oh, Graveyard Offerings. That's what that business card was from. I don't know why, but that name sounds familiar. So now I'm going to be checking all the business cards I picked up today.
Oh,
Oh,
Grizz, were you here? Did you answer me and I just didn't see it? Were you here when I asked you questions earlier about your channel? I added you to my playlist, like some of your songs on there, and I was wondering if you produced them, sang them both, or if they were just like things that you put together.
thank you, Fuzzy Bee. What is
Is
crime?
tomorrow the day we light the candle for Ray? Is it the 13th? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Ray's birth. Wait. Is it? It's his birthday, right? Yeah, because well, I know that his body was found on March 17th, and they thought that he had been there. So I don't know if it was for his birthday or for the day that he was killed.
Lighting. So CrimeCon is a convention of like crime podcasters and YouTubers, and they have like panel guests that are like detectives and all kinds of stuff.
Let me look. Candle lighting tomorrow all day. Please post a pic with a message to Ray and family. Thank you for your love and support. Candle lighting on March 13th, 2023. Yeah, so if you are not, please join Death/Murder in Reynolds, Indiana by Garrett Kurtz.
Um, Happy birthday to your mom tomorrow, Ray. Oh, here's your answer from Grizz. I just do the visuals, lol, and bootleg the music.
Get it.
Thank you, Ash. Uh-oh.
Me
I don't know if it is she breaking up or are we both? Chat.
gets me.
Yeah, you're super robot at the moment.
Okay.
Gypsy, it's in Orlando this year. It's somewhere different every year, and then they also do cruises. Hi, Scotty. If HCC's still in here, I found something, or I remembered something else that I bought that he'll probably like. I think I'm going to open one of them on the other channel at some point. What month? I think is it in September? I think it's in September. Gypsy. I'm not going because I'm pretty sure I'll be somewhere else for a spooky trip. I do have a few collabs with an artist called First Boy on the Moon. I don't think HCC's in here right now, but what's a spooky trip? Places that Chaotic goes. So there's like, I've got quite a list. But I'm skipping Miami this year and gonna go to more like haunted places and stuff like that. There will be a lot of conventions this year, and CrimeCon's in September, right?
What?
CrimeCon is in September this year, right?
Yes. Gosh.
It's expensive every year.
It is expensive.
Virginia and I just seen, if I find something just came up and it was in Virginia the other day, because that's like the majority of the stuff that Facebook sends me now. I'll send it to you if it comes up again. It was a house with, I don't remember what the history was behind it, but they're doing tours, but I don't remember what months. But I feel like it wasn't around Halloween. It was like coming up in a few months, but HTC left us. I had something I was going to show him, but I guess he'll just have to wait now until I post it on the Spooky channel.
Yeah, he didn't respond to me.
I sent him the link just in case he decided to. Going on a genealogy trip, so we'll be spending some time in cemeteries. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go to all the ones like in Louisiana and Georgia and stuff. He says, "Show me." You have to wait now. Well, I can show you what the packaging is and you can take a guess, but I'm not going to open this until it's on the Spooky channel. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It's like the Garbage Pail Kids, but it's Serial Killer Kids Series 1, and each pack has 8 cards in it, and I bought 2 packs of them. It's from Scorpion Lair Games. It's the people that make the Serial Killer card game. Let's see. I haven't yet, and if we go where I think we're going to go, I'm going to try and make a day detour to go, but
Like, if I went with you,
Mel's going to
can,
pretend he's going to be brave.
can I be in a human sandwich? Even though I don't like to touch people, I feel like I will need it. But I don't know how you feel about that. Like having a Mel on your back, like hiding in your
Are you,
back.
are you going to be, are you going to feel safe with short people being your sandwich? Because you're taller than
I'm
me.
I'm gonna have to like shrink down a little bit. Like I'm gonna have to walk like
She's going to,
I'm still like in the like Neanderthal, like I'm starting to kind of like I can't,
you're going to
but
make me buy platform boots, aren't you? So I can be taller.
yeah. And I'm gonna have to like scrunch down like this.
I'm sure we could work something out. There may be
Yeah, because I just don't feel like I have changed that much since being drugged to haunted houses with my friends in high school. But I do know that that is how I behaved um, in the fake haunted houses. So I can't imagine how I'd behave in like a real one.
What if I
I don't think I think I would probably have a heart attack. Like,
what if
I don't think I can do it. Like, it's probably just like,
what if I just don't tell you the history of the places I take you until
listen,
after?
I have panic attacks about, you know, thinking about what I did on when I remember the story I told about like the ecstasy, like how I
Hmm.
tried that one time and then touched too many people. And then I had like reverse like anxiety thinking back about that experience and like how dirty I was. And I mean, I just touched people. I just like hugged people. I didn't do anything crazy. Like, but
She's
it was
only a
too
little.
much.
She's only a little bit taller than me.
I'm like 5'7".
Yeah, so like 3 inches taller than me, 2 inches, somewhere in there.
Oh, that'd be cool, Ivy.
I'm the same way, Ivy. Like I don't go to like I'll go to the conventions and stuff like that, but like Halloween haunted houses, I have zero interest in it anymore.
Every time I go to work, I go to a haunted house though. So
I would go to like well, I want to go out to the new Universal Horror Nights that they're putting out in Cali, but I would do something like that. But like just the typical every year haunted houses, I have zero interest in. How tall are you, lady? I think you'd be fine, Mel.
I don't know. I know myself pretty well, but I would like to for you to come to my place of business just to see what you think. And the thing is like someone at work tried to look into the history of it because it's like it's over 100-year-old building, and they got on Ancestry or not Ancestry. What is that place where you can like look up like old, like whatever's for buildings? Beacon is one, but I don't think Beacon has Hendricks County on it. But it literally only goes back to like the 70s. And there's no history of it like before. That was weird. It makes me think that it was deleted. It was so bad there that it was deleted from history so that the building wasn't condemned and torn down.
I mean, I'll come.
Conspiracy.
I'll come investigate. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
But don't blame me if there's more activity because I'm there. You asked me to come.
I don't know. There's girls that work there that like try to talk about it, and I just literally run away from them. It's like, nope, can't hear you. Because I'm usually in there. I'm like one of the last ones. Usually, like when I do work, like I'm the last. I'm there the latest because I'd rather work really long hours and not as many days. So, you know, like it's creepy.
Oh, Luke. So when me and Mel do our shows, it's just like random and all over the place.
Yeah. There's no rhyme.
No.
Yeah, just
But if you,
throw something out there and we'll talk about it. Just throw it into the chat.
depending on which trip you're talking about going with me, though, like there may be enough people we can completely surround you. Just put you right in the middle. We'll put the tallest one behind you so nothing can sneak up on you.
Okay. Yeah. And then I could bring an umbrella.
I bought a new spooky
You'd
one.
let me use your
The
umbrella?
edges look like bat wings, and it's got the fancy curved handle with the little point
Woo!
tip. Yeah, felt like I needed a
I would
spooky
feel
umbrella.
really honored to get to use your umbrella. Free the Tate brothers. I hope you're not talking about Andrew Tate and his brother because um oh, see,
Whenever I finally use it.
I did. I had swinophobia, which is the fear of pigs, and I did get over it. It is called desensitization therapy. Yeah, it's like a big long word that I struggle to say. But I did the desensitization therapy at her name is Nancy Noel. She's a very famous artist that she died a couple years ago, but she was awesome and she helped me to get over my fear of pigs, which is swinophobia. And I huddled on the top of a balcony in the corner for yes, Ray, they are dangerous. They will eat you in your entirety. I think they might leave your teeth and your nails behind. That's it. Like, otherwise, you're a goner. Like, they are dangerous. But yeah, absolutely terrified of pigs. Like, my whole life, I had a dream when I was little, like, reoccurring dream. And this, I would get up to go to the bathroom. We lived in this creepy ass basement, and my whole family, like, slept in one room. It was super weird. And the bathroom was like this really long hallway. And so I'd have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I would go down, sit on the toilet, and I'm peeing, and then in would come this pig in a tornado, and it would swoop me up off of the toilet, and like then I would wake up.
I had a pet
So
pig 10 years ago
no,
named
there
Scrap.
was somebody that had I literally messed up my life for like such a long time because we have dogs, so we go on walks, and we had to avoid this entire block that is like right by our house because these people dared to get a freaking pet pig. I was like, oh my, so I couldn't even go down those roads. It was terrible. But yeah, it was a pig in a tornado, and it swooped me up off the toilet and squealing. And I just, I was a little kid when I had the dream. So I think that's where it originated from. But yeah, like, whew, that one was hard, but I did it. And I was able to get down the steps because the pig was at the bottom, making all kinds of grunty, like, piggy noises. And I just like it took like 2 hours, and I made it. It was very sounds dumb, but it was like a very proud moment in my life that I overcome came one of my fears. Um, my internet is so crappy. Like I don't I paid I have the best internet that they have. And
And she's gone for a moment. Um, Octagon Hall in Kentucky. I've never even heard of it, Luke. Yeah, my pig loved me, but he would squeal anytime Mr. Chaotic got near him or touched him. And him and my min pin, when um, I had both of them, would cuddle up together. It was pretty cute. So, what's the history with Octagon Hall, Luke? Well, she's back, but she's muted, so. Um,
Not really.
I've talked about going to Waverly Hills, but I haven't went. It's hard for me to fit everything in the times that things are off.
Is it working now?
It's a little better, yeah, but we'll see. Oh, nope. Oh, let's see.
It's probably a ghost.
Oh, now you're better. Say something now. See if you're still cleared up.
I have to cough.
Oh.
How's it now? I've got 2 bars.
Sounds fine now.
Okay.
We're just talking about spooky places while we were waiting on you. Grizz asked if you eat bacon.
Oh, hell yes. Um, okay, hey, hold on.
I know, Zilla. I will add it to the list. It won't be this year, though. I'm not going to make it down there at all this year, Zilla.
It was so hard. It was torturous. And there's just some of them that are just, it's just not worth the, like, you know, the effort. Like, you just kind of learn to love yourself in spite of yourself sometimes, you know? I do try to never let my irrational fears affect my children. Like, I don't project them onto them. And so, yeah, that can be difficult. Like, I did have to draw the line. My little one, she still does it to this day. They both do it. It's like their little, I don't know, but we go out in public and we are at a restaurant, wherever we are. I'll even tell them as adults, because they're both almost adults now. One is, and one is almost there. Go to the bathroom. Like, just go to the bathroom before I don't have to go. And as soon as we get somewhere, they have to go to the bathroom. It's so gross to me to have to, like, go to the bathroom out in public. Like, absolutely not. Try to avoid that at all cost. Or going through a grocery store and, like, touching everything. And I would just have to let her just touch stuff because I didn't want to project my phobias onto her. It's like, oh,
You do
that
pretty
was
good with
rough.
all of the fears that exist in my house.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's because I've never been alone there. And then I always leave when I start to get scared. That way nobody sees me being a baby. Snakes. See, I like snakes.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't do spiders. They're the
I
best. I swear they're
I
safe
do
pets.
not you know, like, some of the best, this is no joke. Like, if there's any other snake lovers in here, you'll know what I'm talking about. But a snake, like, around your neck is the most relaxing, like, massage because of the way they move and squeeze. Like, it feels so good.
Jimbo said he came here to troll you.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Troll away, dude.
Norman Bates got me scared to take a shower with no one home.
Oh, yeah. Spiders, I don't like to kill things. So like I'll just carry them outside. I worked with this lady. She was a gardener. I don't have to worry about that because I'm never going to be a gardener. But
Yeah, me either.
she got bit by a brown recluse, and she comes to work like she wasn't feeling well, and like the spider like bite was like on her thigh, and so she comes to work and like it was like I don't even know if she made it a couple hours, but we'd gone in the bathroom and like she had shown us, she's like, man, it's like really hurting. And so she went in there and looked, and then she like had some of us other girls like go in there and look at her leg.
Hmm.
And I mean, it was like, whoa, like something's happened. You're allergic. Like you need to go to the ER. Like, and it just, she's like, oh, it's okay, and they're trying to like give her like salve. Half an hour later, we are like literally seeing this lady's leg, and she was a bigger woman, so like her thighs were pretty, big, and it was like it went from about that big around to like this big around, and in the center it was like literally burrowing down into her flesh. And
Okay.
so she goes to the ER. I mean, she literally lost like a just like almost like a bowl full of her leg from this brown mark. She almost died. Like it was insane, especially about how fast it happened. Like she's did some gardening, came to work, and then it just blew up. And then by that night, like her leg was totally oh.
I
And
won't
they're
get
like
lake water.
little
I won't get lake
inconspicuous
water anymore.
spiders. They're not like, oh, you see one and you're just like, whoa, well, that's a brown recluse. They're kind of like, ugh. I lost a bit of meat. Oh, you did, Ray? Yeah, it was she was off work for I'd say at least a month. This was a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember like all the details of it, but felt so bad for her. She was like kind of like an older lady and just wrecked her world. And then being independent contractors, like we don't, normally have great insurance options and like all of that stuff. So, and then we don't get paid when we don't work. We still have to pay though. So, like, it was rough. Yes, it was. And it was like, it just rotted. It just burrowed down in there. It was so gross. Oh, really, Sarah? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I think they ended up having to do skin grafts on hers. I'm almost pretty positive because it was like almost burrowed down to like freaking bone. I mean, it was bad.
See, I'm telling you guys, spiders, they're Satan's pets. They're not good for anybody.
Yeah.
I try and tell them they're not welcome here. They are evicted. They choose not to leave, so they have to leave it by other means. I'll scream over like the tiniest of spiders.
I have a friend that has like a reptilian rescue, and it's pretty cool. Lots of lots of snakes. A lot of people just think that they're going to be a snake owner and they're just not built for it. Yeah, probably Ivy.
I just don't go where they live, period. Nope.
Hey,
No woods,
CJK.
no woodsy adventures for me. No,
Oh,
no deep weeds, no. Disgusting.
I like the woods. I couldn't go yesterday. I was so sad. There was a race. Our friend got first place in the B class, which is awesome. And I couldn't go because of my stupid back.
So we're both just injured this week.
I guess.
Great.
I don't know, but I got to work tomorrow, so it's going to have to hurry up and miraculously heal overnight. Or, I mean, I'll work anyway, because that's what people do when they have like a life that they're responsible for. You go to work.
I mean, it was all I could do to walk around the convention today, but I wasn't not going.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was walking like I was 80 years old today by the time I left. But I don't even know what I did to mine. Mr. Chaotic thinks I need to just go to the chiropractor, but
Yeah, we have one of those. What are they called? I mean, they're called something like scientific, but basically you hang upside down by your feet machines.
Mm-hmm.
No, I must not have the problem that can be fixed by that, because I tried it one time and I felt like I was going to lose my legs. Like, it felt like I was going to, if I stayed upside down one more second, like I was going to be paralyzed. It was so awful.
Yeah, he said something about getting one, but like, knowing my luck, I would get on it and get stuck. Nobody would be here.
Yeah, that's true, Grizz.
I mean, I'm not
Have
awake.
you ever woken up while in the midst of a spider attack, like eating a spider?
No.
I wonder, has anyone else? Yeah, they can't handle the truth. That's from Robert De Niro, right? In that movie. Oh, I'm so bad at like people's names in like movies. Yeah, an inversion table. That's just what it is. Yeah, it's not for me. Yeah, he does it all the time. My daughter's done it. My youngest one definitely cannot do that, but my oldest one has, but I is no. Jack Nicholson, good, A Few Good Men, yes. Great movie, but he says that on the stand and he hits it like you can't handle the truth. That's how I feel about some of
The
the people
people on
that
YouTube.
support Greeno. Like, they just can't handle the truth.
Mm. Yeah. There's quite a few on YouTube like that.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend about that, and like I think it's got to be in the like if you watch Jamie Hicks's videos, like I think she explains some of it, like just like vulnerable people, that like if you watch her video, that explains some of it. But then some of the other ones, it's got to almost be in that like pareidolia family of like not the now I'm drawing a blank on it. The one like the attraction to like inmates. Her hybristophilia.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe like a subcategory of hybristophilia. Um, maybe that's a leap. Like, I just always try to understand um people and their intentions. So that was like one of the things that kind of made some of it make sense. Um,
Luke, if I could,
oh,
there'd be a problem here because I love Silence of the Lambs, but then like Halloween. So I mean, I don't think I could just choose between the two. It would depend on my mood. And Chris, my nails are Scream inspired right now, and you'll be super excited soon because I've been buying a bunch of Scream stuff and have a narrator to do the Scream video finally. I just have to get everything together, but it's there's a few things I have to do before I can get to it.
Ivy, my mom used to do that. She would hang from one of the walls in our house, like it was like a lower hanging wall, and like put this contraption on it and then put her head in it. And it was like, oh my gosh, why does this have to be in front of the front door? So you like come home with your friends and there's your mom hanging from the ceiling again. Like, what are you doing? Like, it was so creepy looking because it's like this whole contraption for your head and it like lifts your head up off of your, like I get
Sounds
the
horrible.
premise for it, but like, wow, it was a lot for, like, I'm sure some of my friends are just like still scarred by that.
It's possible, Ivy. Oh, ask Mel how she feels about Mikey. She is not. She is not a fan.
No, that's I have like a prediction that that is how you were going to die. If you don't get rid of that, like
That's what you told him last time we were
he
live.
is going to land on you and you're going to be under there. No one's going
He
to be able to
doesn't.
find you because he's so big and
He
then
doesn't
you're just
weigh
like going
enough.
to die.
He doesn't weigh enough to pin me down.
If you got sandwiched, if he got sandwiched in between the desk and the corner with you underneath him, you could definitely wedge you under there.
Oh Jesus.
Yes.
That's her new fear. I'm gonna die by my Mikey animatronic.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about him poking me in the eye when he's turned on.
Well, that's another thing. That's another real fear you should have.
I have the 25th anniversary mask right now. It's actually right there on one of my skeletons. My skeleton's wearing it right now. What?
Oh, they're screwed into their skulls? Oh my gosh. My brother told me about this show. It's on like Apple TV or something, or you can watch it on Soap Today. It's called Accused. Phenomenal. Like, it is so freaking good. Like each episode is a new storyline, but man, it's so good. You guys got to check it out.
Yes, Ivy. She thinks my animatronic is going to fall on me and pin me there, and I'm going to die underneath them. That is what she thinks is going to happen.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I don't feel like it's that ridiculous. I feel like
Mikey would never hurt me. We have a very good relationship.
I mean, didn't he hurt like a bunch of people in those horror movies? Like,
I mean, that's the movies, though. He only hurt. Well, he did almost stab Rizzo when he came in my door.
see?
But that's Rizzo's fault for being so tall and not paying attention to where he was walking.
I mean, he sure scared the hell out of me. And that other one that you have, the bartender, the bones bartender, the
Oh,
skeletal
Dean.
bartender,
Dean the
like
Death
every
Oliver.
time like he starts making weird noises and moving about. Ugh,
He permanently lives in my living room now.
I am not shocked.
And then when the kid moves out, um, my headless horseman is going to permanently live in my loft. That was a
Sounds
good movie. It
reasonable.
was a very good movie.
I mean, I have a cow on my wall. His name's Muska. We named him.
You named him? I
Yeah,
see.
and like the whole family, like we now talk to him and like, shh, Muska's in here.
Like I do Mikey and
Can't say that stuff around Muska. It'll hurt his feelings. Yeah, so
um, no. Unless it was when I was like much younger, but you sent
man,
which one of
favorite
short video?
movies. 8 Seconds is one of my all-time favorite movies. Um, and Man on Fire. Love that freaking movie.
I've seen 8 Seconds. I think I own 8 Seconds. Can't tell you anything about the other one.
And then uh Gerard Butler. He's like avenges his family's murder. I can never remember the freaking name of it, but I love it.
Man on Fire is too sad, says Flizzy B. Pretty sure I've never seen it.
No, it's so good. Law Abiding Citizen, that's it. That movie is spectacular. I tend to like revenge movies for some reason.
I Spit on Your Grave is a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I own the original, the remake, and the second one if you ever want to binge watch them. It was banned for a while.
I Spit on Your Grave, the movie?
Yeah.
Why?
You'll just have to watch it.
Is it ghosty?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on. We missed. Okay.
What's the one with Matthew McConaughey?
They're good.
He's the lawyer. And
Lincoln
is
Lawyer.
it no, but that's a good one. The I think it's Samuel L. Jackson. Is it Samuel L. Jackson is in it? Oh, and I want to say, oh, man.
I've been experimenting on another Discord trying to figure it out. I'm running into weird issues. Like some stuff will let me stream it on Discord, no issues, and then other stuff just gives them a black screen, but they can hear the audio. So I have to figure out what that's about.
A
But if I
Time to Kill. I know
sounds
what that
familiar.
movie. A Time to Kill. Yeah, that's a really good movie. And I like a lot of the Marvel movies.
I'm a DC person.
It's called A Time to Kill. But Lincoln Lawyers is good too. What was Aspen up to tonight? Do they have a live?
He was headed back from DC.
Oh yeah. Wonder how his concert was.
I don't know when he's supposed to be back, so I figured he'd probably be tired. He popped
I
in your
liked
chat for a minute.
I thought I saw someone say hi to him, but I wasn't sure. I liked 8 Mile. That was a good movie. But I love Eminem. It wasn't really that great at acting, but it just like had Eminem in it, so it was awesome.
Fuzzy like Sandra Bullock movie.
I do too. Hope Floats is one of my favorites. That whole soundtrack for that movie is so good. Like I'm kind of picky on funny ones though. Like I don't like Jim Carrey. Like I don't find him funny. Like the whole like Beavis and Butthead, like that type of stuff.
I
Like
have to be in the right kind of a
no.
mood for the dumb humor.
Even Adam Sandler, like I liked him in Happy Gilmore. And
I love Adam Sandler.
more so I liked him in the one with the little boy,
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. But I tend to like that dry humor, like The Office. Like love The Office. Like I love Seinfeld. Um, that kind of humor.
Winter's Bone.
Winter's Bone. I feel like I have, but
It sounds familiar.
I like her though. I like her a lot.
Jurassic Park. I'm not a big Jurassic Park fan at all. Like, I could have just dealt with the one. I didn't need more.
Ooh, I'm definitely going to be watching Winter's Bone.
Do I need to make a note of that too? I don't know what my hair is doing tonight. It's being very uncooperative. Red Sparrow, Godzilla, Donnie Darko. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't, Fuzzy. I don't know why. Just not my thing. Well, that's because you're always thinking about 20 different things, Ivy. Of course, you can't focus to watch a movie.
I have to be doing something else, like occupying more things just than like just watching a movie. Peaky Blinders really got my attention.
Everybody's still trying to get me to watch it. And now Mr. Chaotic's like, you would like it. And I'm like, I just
Yeah, you really would. It's so good.
I want to see Cocaine Bear. I don't like any of the Alien Predator movies at all. I think they're stupid.
I don't think I really started appreciating some sci-fi until I met Jay. True Crime Recliner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll stick with my scary stuff. Yeah, my hair's like doing whatever it wants. Yeah, I'll just stick with I don't know. Right now, I'm like watching the new part of You on Netflix, but
Yeah, that lost me. Like the
I
first
can't.
season was really good.
I can't get enough.
And it was just like it just kind of like went downhill. You're just like, I'm just ready for him to go to jail, you know? Like he needs to be gone.
I don't know. I just like it.
Yeah, right. It's so good. I like psychological thrillers. That's more my jam.
I won't block you, Fluzzy. What are you gonna do if I start streaming scary movies, though?
Oh, Luke. Well, I mean, Greeno, the true crime case that I cover on him.
Yes, well, my family did.
And I got one over the Delphi case once, a long time ago.
My family did over Jamie's case.
Right, Ray. That's why I am afraid of ghosts because you know what? Like I can't shoot a ghost. Like what do you have to protect yourself against a ghost? I can't use any of my knives. My dagger won't work. My gun won't work. So what do? You know? Like you have no earthly like weapon.
Just talk to him. They're a
I
ghost, not a
I
demon.
mean, I don't know. I guess if you find a reasonable ghost you can talk to.
I think you only need to be concerned if it's a demon, Mel. Just saying.
Oh my gosh. But
Ghosts usually just want closure. They need help.
yeah, well, um
Mm,
silly string Celt. I want to try that. Holy water.
Great. She's gonna start bringing silly string every time she comes to my house now.
Yeah, see, Ray? Like I feel like most ghosts, they are just fed up with being reasonable. Like they lived a life that they probably try to be reasonable in, and now they're a ghost for eternity. Like that would suck. And so I would be an unruly, unreasonable ghost too. Mm.
Yeah, I'll try and figure something out.
Yeah, you gonna
To be
you're
fair,
gonna
everything
figure it out about as good as I did.
to be fair, it was like very quick. Like I got the notice, did the little few steps I needed to do, and it was less than 24 hours when I got that it was approved. Like it was super quick, and then I've had birthday parties and conventions, and
Aw.
like I was confused because it happened so quick. Because they tell you like it could take up to a month. I was thinking like a week or something. Oh no.
Right.
I got notice at 4 in the morning is when I filled out the paperwork, and it was before the night was over. I'd already got the email of approval. So, um, anything based on a true story. I mean, I can't say that all of them are done well, so, but a lot of them are. Mel's favorite movie line should be "I see dead people." Mm, couple minutes in the stream because I keep watching random shorts. I feel very called out. See, you're just proving our point right there, Ivy. 20 different things. Daisy's going to tell her story on my channel. It'll be on the Spooky channel. Just start going live again, Sarah. You can drop your link in here too. I don't know what other channel it was on, but I know she's doing it on mine soon, Ray. I don't know how soon, but she said that she wanted to get it like kind of like a pinpoint wrote out so that she didn't forget any details this time around. I may have got a visit in my dream from my grandma on my birthday. I mean, it happens, Ivy. It's Chaotic Spooky Life. I'm sure Sarah will drop the link. Still want to hear it. What all is going to be on my spooky channel? So there will be guest stuff. There will be decor, shopping, travel, basically anything that qualifies as not crime that's spooky. House tours, yeah. Horror movie reviews with Aspen, horror movie trivia. Let's see. Never watched a Friday the 13th movie? Oh, Fluzzy Bee. We're going to have to fix that. Have you ever considered using psychics on unsolved murders? I mean, I don't really have an opinion either way. Hi, Pitbull Mama 67. I don't know where Mel ran off to. She just abandoned us. Yeah, if you want to, Sarah. Otherwise, I can. I mean, it's going to be like a lot of stuff, Ivy. So, and like I've been posting like Gothic poems and Victorian artwork and stories behind a few haunted locations. And yeah, Grizz, I started a second channel so that this one didn't get too like messy with everything. And then obviously like I'll post Halloween tours every year of my house, and because it's never going to stop growing in decor. I still have to do the office tour and my bedroom if I ever get either of them finished. Indiana just sucks. I would believe that, Ivy, because I've been getting, and I mean, given I look at a lot of like vintage stuff and goth stuff, but I've been getting an abnormal amount of ads for brands. Oh, and I now have an affiliate code with a second company. I need to repost that. It's buried under serial killer daily posts. Thank you, Sarah. Mel's back, but she's being quiet.
I'm looking up unsolved murders by state.
I probably should update my Indiana list.
According to www, it is California.
Followed by Texas, ain't it?
Let's just see where
I don't have much faith in Indiana in general.
Indiana is. Homicides in Indiana is 18,437, and the clearance rate is 58%. To where, like, Illinois, get this, Illinois, 50,693, and the clearance rate is 35%. Yikes. Delaware's doing real good. Alaska doing real good. Maine, real good. North Dakota, killing it. No. Ohio has 33,734 like homicides with a 65% clearance rate. Oklahoma doing pretty good.
From experience, I'm just going to say there are a lot of not so stable people in Ohio. I forget where it is and if it's a city or state, but the one place I was reading about that has like a 90% clearance rate.
I'm looking at the clearance rates. This information can be found on projectcoldcase.org. The highest one I'm seeing is Idaho has an 81% clearance rate, but only like 1,823 murders. Maine is 80%. North Carolina is 81. Wyoming is 85.
You ever hear about the Lady of the Dunes, a long-time unsolved murder that was recently in the news? The Lady of the Dunes was identified, I think, 47 years later using DNA. That's more of a Mel thing.
Is that the one in Ohio?
It's on Cape Cod. I think she spaced out again.
Yeah, I think the problem with Illinois is probably the same thing like in Indiana, where the murders are concentrated in certain areas and they're not investigated like at all.
She said it's in Cape Cod.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I just watched that. It's like I would consider like a docu-series on, but it's like a movie though. So it's like episodes. So it's like a show on Larry Hall. He was in Indiana, kind of like traveled around a little bit, serial killer, and like the guy that like went undercover to get him to, because he was like super crazy, but he would like, no one believed him. Like he would go in and like confess to these murders, and then they would just be like, oh, he's just a serial confessor, until one detective got involved and was like, no, like this is the guy. Like one time he was like pulled over with the victim's birth control pills. He had like basically like a serial killer kit, like the whole kit and caboodle, everything you would need, like rope, mask, everything in his van. And we're just like, yeah, he didn't do it. Like, what? Yeah. Yeah, they are Celt. Orthram. Yeah. And Identifinders. Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick. She's like one of those people that if I met her in real life, like I might even like swoon or something. Like I would get like all flushed and nervous because she's like, how some people love musicians or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Colleen Fitzpatrick is it for me.
So she's to you like Johnny is to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, me and Ivy were we've talked about it over the years about getting I think it's like you can get like an accreditation certification but it's basically just experience, like doing it, the forensic genealogy stuff, but you have to kind of get through the ancestral and like I don't know. I think it would be very gratifying because I do like to put together like patterns and things like that. But I bought a bunch of books. They're above me. I think that all states should be mandated to require their um, counties, cities, districts to report to the uniform crime. Like they should all be, it should be mandated. Like it shouldn't just be an option. I think that there would be a lot higher clearance rates in murder, especially, and a lot of the rape kits that are just sitting there, not being run. Especially with the states that have changed their laws on, like if you are suspected of a felony, they can now like take your DNA. But the problem is actually doing something with it because it costs money, and running those tests costs money. Uploading them to the sites costs money. But I think that that's literally it's the future of you know, it is next gen, CSI basically is the forensic genetic genealogy and all of that kind of testing. But if you think about the metamorphosis of serial killers, why we don't see as many nowadays is DNA and also um, the uniformed crime reporting uh, aspect of the FBI. But think about all of like Alabama is terrible about reporting. Like they just like, nah, not going to get involved in that. And I just think that's unacceptable.
Where's that? Do you know about that one?
Which one?
The one on screen.
Uh-uh.
I haven't heard of it either.
Is the be alls, yeah, solve all. And yeah, that's a very good point, Kelt. Yeah. And the thing is like not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm saying that there is a lot of prosecutors that are just flat out because some of them, like they will at least have a grand jury that they will present and get an answer from them. But I think that like a lot of these cases, like if they don't have solid DNA, they just won't move forward. It doesn't matter how much circumstantial or other types of physical evidence that they have. Like juries are, they're expecting that DNA. And a lot more people understand because when it was first used in courtrooms, they're just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what, like people didn't get it because they didn't understand the science. But now they do. And now, like, prosecutors are held to such a higher standard, as they should be. Yeah. But if you think about it, if you think about the fact that like if you have nothing to hide, then people hide nothing. And then the fact that a lot of times when that DNA from certain felonies are uploaded into CODIS, and then it shoots back from a rape in 1974, that matches that DNA, like that is something that's been really helped. And you can go back because Greeno did it. His DNA was taken in a felony that it was in another state. Was it North Dakota? One of them. And they took his DNA. And after he took a plea he pled down to a lesser charge than a felony. And he went back and requested that state take his DNA out of the system, out of CODIS. And it was granted by the judge because he took a plea to a misdemeanor instead of a felony. So.
Much longer sentence than regular cocaine people. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's a good point. I keep bringing him up, and I'm just going to continue to. Mark Sumrell. Like, are we kidding me? Like, here is a guy that shoplifting, possession of a personal amount of cocaine, and another shoplifting, and he is sentenced to life without the possibility of parole in the state of Mississippi. I find that absolutely ridiculous. He has been in there since 2003. It is now 2023. That's enough. Like, that's enough time, and his last appeal was just denied because he didn't pay the appeal like processing fee on time. Like, he just keeps getting denied for like these silly, silly reasons. You're just like, what? Like, let him out. Like, that is so. It's 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 an abuse of power in my mind. Like, it is taking that three strikes you're outlaw and misusing it.
I'm gonna go get a drink, but Sarah has questions for you on that case.
A three strike state is where if you get three, I don't even know, they have to be felonies, but if they're like any kind of, you get three tries, and like if you commit three, okay, let's just say it's felonies, then it is an automatic like life without the possibility of parole. And even though the state of Mississippi has changed that legislation, there are people still like Mark Sumrell sitting in a Mississippi prison. And I broke down like how much that costs, how much they've spent so far. And it was like 230 some thousand. And the amount that they will spend incarcerating Mark Sumrell over his lifetime, because he's 52 now, like 54. Like, how ridiculous is that? For the same offense three times. Well, one was two were like shoplifting, robbery, like that, and then one was a cocaine, where they tried to say that that was a federal charge, but I found no evidence whatsoever that that was a federal charge, because it's in the state docket. So I don't know. Chasing justice about the shoplifting case. She was looking for me to find someone that knew about it. She would like to ask questions. She's very interested and has a low arrow, a law degree. Oh, okay. Yeah, please have her reach out. He has a Facebook page online that I will grab right now. And there's a petition that you can sign. But please just like follow this page and oh, come on, just give me where I can freaking share it. Yeesh. See if this works.
Being a jackass like always.
Yeah, Fuzzy Bee's right. But they have changed that legislation to where they're giving them a chance, but the parole board is atrocious there. So that's been a huge problem. There was drop this link too.
The first one she says, it says page unavailable.
Ah. Well, it's in the description of my video that I did, so I'm going to drop it. So that's the video that I did. And then another gentleman, I love crowdsourcing. So he took some of my video and I got to find the link for it. How do you find like when I want to find mentions, I can like when I'm not looking for them, I can always find them. And then
Oh.
when I I can't intentionally try to find mentions. I don't know how to do it. It's so annoying.
Now I can't remember.
So this guy's name is Freedom Unchained, and he uses some of like my video in his video and then makes his own video. And he did a really good job of just like kind of shortening it like to the point. Really good video.
Is there a case that drives any of you insane because of the lack of answers or certain circumstances around the case? I mean, mine are obvious, but Mel's got at least one I know of that.
Yeah, I have. It's like so many. Shannon Polk, gosh, I just it's one of those where like I've kind of come to my conclusion on it based on all of the different interactions that I've had with the detective on the case. And it's one of those that even in murder data, which is the Murder Accountability Project, which is awesome. It's annoying that it doesn't give you the names of the victims, but it is a good place to go to try to find clusters of murders or search murders by victimology. And then you have to take that over and, data entry, all that into Google to try to like find the name of the victim to match the case that you find in murder data. But Shannon Polk's case in there is listed under solved. So I actually called and talked to Thomas Hargrove about it, and very cool dude, like super nice. And he was just kind of telling me, well, we get our information from the FBI, who gets their information that is like literally data entry into, a form that they fill out and send it in to them on the uniformed crime reporting. And so he broke down for me like all of the things on it that were like they would have had to make so many mistakes by checking these boxes in order for it to show up as a solved crime. And when I brought it to the detective's attention, and he was just like, oh, like, I don't know why it's in there like that. And I'm like, well, it should be changed since it is not solved, right? And he was like, yeah, but it's still listed as solved. So, but it's based on like a clearance rate. So it's like, is it really solved or is it cleared? Because in that case, I believe that they know exactly who murdered Shannon Polk, and they don't have the evidence to convict the person. And it's super frustrating because he's just gotten away with a brutal murder of an 11-year-old little girl. And who knows how many other countless crimes. Like, it's sickening. Chaotically, I want his body to be found so bad for his mother. Like, she is, I feel so bad for her. Like, and that, like, she doesn't have a relationship with anyone in the prosecutor's office, anyone in the investigator's office. Like, she comes to me to find things out. Like, I'm the one that tells her that, well, for the 14th time, the murder trial for your son, who was dismembered and placed in 3 states, is been delayed, rescheduled for the 14th time. But, like, she has, do you think Detective Schultz called her back? No. Nope. Hadn't done it yet. That was a week ago. Yeah, we'll get back with you, Like, here's a woman who is getting a call from an attorney, like a defense attorney. And this defense attorney is saying basically, like, I am guessing on this part, but like, how else would this defense attorney know this? Is he's representing a client that beat up Anthony DeBaya in jail. And he says that Anthony DeBaya told him where he buried or hid Nakota's dismembered remains. This attorney calls her to tell her about this, probably out of frustration because they're not getting anyone to answer them in either of the any of the departments that they're calling. And she calls me in a complete panic of like, what do I do? Who do I call? What if they found his body and I don't know about it yet? Like, you think that they would tell me? And like, I can't honestly tell the lady, yeah, I think they'll give you a call, because they have yet to give her a call on anything else.
Right.
Like, it's absolutely disgusting.
I mean,
Yeah.
mine, like, obviously Jamie,
Yeah.
and then I want Amaya to be found so that
Yes.
they're charged with actual
Murder.
instead. Um, and then I'm working on a very suspicious missing person case that I was asked to do.
Hmm.
Um, and it might be a good one. So it's a North Carolina case, so I had asked Aspen about it.
Oh, that'd be
But
good.
since you like more of like the, I guess, cold case type things, it might be one that we could all 3 do. And the family's willing to do interviews and stuff too. So
Oh, cool.
there's just not like it's kind of like Jamie, there's not very much coverage. Like, I have one thing that I have to print out, and then I have the NamUs thing, and then there's 3 articles I found, and then a
What
written
year?
last year.
What's the name? Oh, this is a case from last year.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
there's no anything. Like,
Oh,
it's
that's sad.
so, yeah.
Yeah, and like, from all of the parents that I've talked to over the last few years, even from like Marie, Shannon's mom, and dad Billy, like, they were like, they think about all of the families out there, because there's a bunch of missing, like Tabitha Tudor's. There's different cases. Heaven Lachey Ross, her body was found, but like Teresa Dean, Tabitha Tudor's, they all kind of have this like same. They were all 11. They kind of share some similarities, and so we got to talking about that, and they're like, like we feel so bad for them because at least we know,
Hmm.
we know we have a grave and we know that part, and like we don't have to live in that constant state of like limbo, like just. And like from my interview with Charles Horvath's mother, I mean, your kids grow up, they're barely out of high school and they want to go on a trek across Canada, you know? Like you have to let your children go, to spread their wings and fly. And then she never sees her son again, and it's like he just vanished off the face of the earth, and that's not possible. So,
Yeah, that's how this one is.
yeah.
His mom and sister dropped him off. His place was spotless where he had cleaned it up that
Mhm.
day. And then the next day, it was in disarray and he was gone.
Wow.
Like, that's the short version, but yeah. Mm.
Wow, Fuzzy B, that's yeah, but like the what do they call in Canada? What do they call their law enforcement? It's called something different than here, but they're just like, I don't know, it was very inept. I've just seen so many cases of just ineptness, but so Mrs. Horvath like travels there. They do a search. They find a body. Now remember, like her son went missing in the 80s, and this was a fresh body. They tell her that they have found her son, and she of course breaks down. And then they take her and put her in a psych ward under a 72-hour hold for her breakdown, um, over them finding her son's body. And meanwhile, like they have not found her son's body. They have found some other man who was later identified, and she finally gets out and she is making like arrangements to bring her son home to England with her. And they literally, other people had to tell her, like, no, like, it's not your son. Like, what? They
What?
knew it wasn't her son. They can't be that inept. And they just like wanted to get rid of her, and like to like that can happen to you is blows my mind.
That update that I shared with you about Jamie's case,
Hmm.
I didn't
Yeah.
get a response back from that person. I haven't heard any more about it. Just
Well, did you see Miss Donna's Facebook today?
no, I haven't had time to even be on there really.
Yeah,
Let me go
she's
look.
asking for help finding her. I think she's pretty worried.
Hang on, I'm going.
But
Going.
yeah, like Jamie Jo Tate, Olivia Fowler, like, they just
Oh, that's not good.
Ray and Nicole, like they all just oh my gosh, I'm so happy for Ray's family. Like, just I cannot wait until April 3rd. Like, um,
She hasn't heard from her since around 3 Friday morning.
right.
Hmm. Let me see if she ever even checked where I It don't look like she's even looked at her messages or requests from me.
Really? I mean, how do you feel about us going to that area
I mean, I don't even go visit
by
my.
the Wendy's? Huh?
I said I don't even go up there to visit my family. You got to realize they know what I drive. They know what I look like. They know where my family lives. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even go visit
Yeah.
anybody because of the threats last year, and that's why I haven't done another update because it's kind of one of those like, how
Yeah.
far can I push their buttons? You know?
Yeah, I know. I know how you feel. And then the unfortunate thing about, yeah, I get like when you come on here, you are taking in a risk that your identity is going to be known. And thanks to Greeno, like mine is now. And it's like a sad fallout from that is I don't feel safe being as out there in the community as I did before of like going on searches and just like going to the fundraiser that Don Morris had for Ashley. I didn't feel comfortable going, I did have to work both jobs that day, so I would have had to rearrange so much and like inconvenienced other people. But at the end of the day, it was like, no, like if, and the thing is like, I don't care to run into Greeno. He doesn't
Yeah.
scare me personally.
Hmm.
He scares me on behalf of my children, that's for sure, especially after hearing what we did today. But the thing is like he doesn't have, look what he did to you and Hoosier cold cases at, that's his personality type is confrontational, like put a mic in your face, get you to react to him and then cause some kind of a scene and make their event about him.
Still a photo
And
and lie to your subscribers like we all made up.
yeah, exactly. And I I would literally like I would hate that. Like if I went to something and he showed up and started trouble at it for their sake. Like that is just
Yeah, I mean, I think me and HCC
terrible.
handled it as good as we could. You know, he
Yeah, I
was
mean you guys
civil, and
did.
I told him how I felt in a quieter voice than I wanted
Yeah.
to be. But yeah, I mean, he was definitely aggressive about it. Like more
Yeah,
so
oh
with
yeah.
me than he was HCC. Like who just jumps in front of somebody's face and like, no,
Right.
I'm not the one.
Um
What he didn't know is shortly after that happened, I already had security there watching me. So,
yeah. Especially going to courthouses because there is a sense of vulnerability.
mhm.
You can't like you can't carry your gun into a courthouse. You can't have anything in a courthouse. So there's that vulnerability of like, what if he did show up at the Ray Hainish stuff, like and started, because regardless of what he tries to peddle, none of them like him at all. They
Right.
may be non-confrontational or I'd like to see him get around Cheryl, like or Ginger. Like it would not be pretty. But at the same time, like you're there for something so much more important
Hmm.
than his bullshit, And it's like um Ray is dead. He was murdered. Like his family is never going to get to see him again. And I just would hate to bring that to anybody's doorstep for the things that I have done on here. Like I would never I agree with Ivy, like, you can only control yourself, and I would control myself, and it would be similar to how you handled yourself, but, um, just the uncomfortableness that he doesn't care about that he should, like
Right.
like he should care about the fact that, like, you would make, everyone there uncomfortable by your presence, but it is a public place,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, it's and I mean to be like we know he would show up places not because he cares or has
No,
changed. He
not
would
at
do
all.
it just to try and get under your skin.
Yeah, exactly. Just to the intimidation factor of it, and he's like that, "I'm not touching you kid on the playground that's gonna, like, get, like, right here,
Yep,
in
that's
your
exactly what he
face."
does.
Yeah, that's him. He's that person. So, when you're dealing with someone that doesn't, have any, like, there is no moral, like, obligation to be respectful. I mean, look what he did with the Chadwell victim.
Hmm.
Ugh, like, how is that, like, that's what I mean. Like,
Right.
thank God he was lying and he did not interview that little girl, but,
And just to be clear, like there was security there watching me, not because I was worried about him. I didn't know who was there with him.
what do you mean?
So, like, when I made the phone call to have people come keep an eye on the situation, it wasn't him. I just didn't know who else was at that event, like with him, or,
Right,
it's easy for me to like pay attention and see what he's doing. It's not so easy if you don't know if there's other people there. So,
right. Yeah, like when he had, those 2 people upload, like, my stuff while he was in jail, like, I know that dude's criminal history and, like, the stories that she's told me herself about him, like, he is a messed up, scary dude. Like, that's that's the friend, and, um,
yeah, he doesn't have any boundaries, that's for sure, Sarah.
yeah, takes civility as something more. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what he did to them, of like, um, yeah, it's sad.
I mean, I guess he didn't necessarily lie when he stole the photo and said that he talked to us. He just alluded to it being a positive conversation when it
Yeah,
was.
that, like, you've patched things up and you guys are cool now,
Yeah, that's
you know?
not.
And that's what he does is, like, there will be, like, a sliver of truth, um, sometimes not, but sometimes there will be, like, like, with that situation, there was a sliver of truth to that because, like Ivy said right there, and people like him can take civility as something more than it is. And he turned it into, and he used it for his benefit, to try to gain credibility in the true crime community. And that's exactly what he's doing with Alex Voorhees.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
exactly what he's doing by reaching out. He's done the same pattern before. He did it to Bloke, he did it to Graz, he did it to Sleuth Intuition, he did it to Hoosier the Bruiser. He gets out and he did it to Truth and Justice. Like, we literally watched him do the exact same pattern the last time he got out and the time before that. Like, he tries to attach himself to other creators that would get that he can get their subs and that he can give himself credibility. He's done it to Captain Howdy so bad. He tried to do it with you and Who's Your Cold Cases. You know, like
Uh,
he's tried to do it with me. Like he got out and was like blowing up my messenger. That's why I said, please leave me alone. Um, because he's like, oh wow, it's so great to see, you know, all that you've done while I've been away. Like, I want to be a part of this. I want to help you. And I said, please leave me alone. And he could not stand that. Like, and he just started messaging. And it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I'm like, I'm in bed. Like, I will answer you tomorrow. Like, but like he tries to, oh, and then remember when he like blew me a forking kiss
give it
on
time, Sarah. Give it
on
time.
like New Year's. Remember that? I know Ivy remembers that because we've had a lot of fun at my expense on that one. But like, you know, like, no, we are not okay. Like, we're not ever going to be, I'm never going to, no, you
Yeah,
know,
just
and like
because
people can be all about community and everybody working together, you know, kumbaya. Okay. I totally am about that. I crowdsource all the time. I ask other people to cover the same stories that I cover because that's how you get them spread around. But I am not going to demean myself and my subscribers by allowing him to have a voice anywhere. Like, absolutely not. Like, there is no kumbaya with someone like that.
yeah,
Just isn't.
I mean, just because I looked like I was being civil with him does not mean the words coming out of my mouth were civil at all, because they weren't.
Oh, I know.
They were not nice.
Oh, I mean, it was so we were so gross.
Was I everything you thought I'd be when you met me?
You?
When he asked you if he was everything you expected?
Oh my gosh. Like it's set in the like to the point where it's like you're literally like forcing me to answer this. Like I had dodged that at the courthouse, but then, you know, we all did go out to eat in a huge group. And even when we were leaving, like he like asked again. It was like look, and the way he like looks at you is just one. It is the creepiest like stare. I don't know. It just gave me the heebie-jeebies big time.
Well, and in
And
your
I was
case,
like,
he had to look up. He had
not
to look
really.
up to
Like
you.
I thought you were taller. Like what else am I gonna say? Like I thought you would be taller. Like I thought you were bigger. Like that's the truth. That's the interaction that we have.
Right.
Like, and you know, he's like saying something about the way that I look, and it was just like, yeah, like that's what you wanted to do this whole time. Like gross. Like just please, like stop. You know, just
See, the one time that I was around him in person, Mr. Chaotic was with me. So, other than the day that I ran into him with HCC, but
yeah. But he does like on like in person. Um, you know, at that time, he was, I don't know if it's like the lighting or whatever, like, I don't know, but it was just like, wow, like, you are not anywhere close to like a good looking individual. And, you know, like I dated a guy that was shorter than me one time in high school. And like, I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work out. Like, I just don't like it. Like, I like to wear heels occasionally. Not that I'm very coordinated at walking on them, but like I don't mind, you know, like it's just not my thing.
yeah.
But the
He
dude that came with him in the freaking sweatpants, I literally wish I had a picture of that because we are at a courthouse, like going in to sit in a courtroom. And like the dude is wearing sweatpants and they were like way too small. And it was so, I can't even, I'm not going to say it out loud, but it was so gross. It's like, who wears sweatpants for one? Like,
I did get told that he was trying to make it sound like because we have more subscribers than him that we're just picking on him. It's such a little channel. Something about how we have like all of these subscribers and he just has 400. And I was just like,
are you
what?
kidding? But
That's what
then
you're trying out
when
now?
it benefits him, you know, he has millions of views, and he's world renowned, best known for his Adelphi. He had a substantial amount of followers at like 20,000, which really isn't like that big of a deal in like the real YouTube world. Like, having 20,000 subscribers is not really that. You're not all that.
Well, and even then, even if all 20,000 were real, okay, you weren't getting 20,000 views. You didn't have thousands of people in your chats. Like, I, that's why I don't understand why people are so stuck on numbers. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Right. Did you know that you can buy them?
I have been told this.
That is,
There's a couple
yeah.
people that do that.
Yeah, isn't like that to me is so cringy. I feel like you can tell too because their chat will be like, you know, a very small amount, and they'll have like 10,000 subscribers, but there's only like 13 people in the chat on a regular. Just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I mean,
kind
he
of gives it
mentioned
away.
like a bigger channel, and then he was like 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, and I'm just over here with 400 or something like that. It was weird.
Yeah. All the perpetual victim.
And then we have the channels that have a bunch of sock accounts subscribed to them just so they can get that 1,000.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, good work. Some of us actually have pride and like to actually do it the right way. Just saying.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Don't get caught, Fuzzy Bee. Yes, we do know someone who bought thousands of subs.
Yeah.
We know two of those someones. If there wasn't for slight differences, I would almost think they were the same person.
Right. Like, do you remember all of those photos that I put in the chat that one night when we were on Zoom talking about it?
Mm-hmm.
And if we could do like side by sides of all of their different, because I mean, I consider them costumes. Like, you know, you are not an agent of anything. So when
Mm-hmm.
you have like Agent Greeno and Agent Earn or whatever the hell he goes by, like you are like, it's a costume. And so like we could put all of the because the hat, like the like vest thing, like there were so like the belt in that one, like if we could
Yeah,
put all of the pictures of those two like side by side throughout like each year.
it is so bizarre.
It is so weird.
I
It
still remember
literally
when I
is
like
so
first told
really
you
weird.
guys that there was another Anthony out there, and you guys were like, "No way!" And then you finally started seeing the pictures.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, tonight's title was definitely a throwback to that very nice video we did.
Yeah. And I mean, we gave him a chance. It was kind of like,
I tried.
you tried way harder than I did. I tried for that like one time, and then I jumped on one of his lives where he was like going ham on the side of the road, and I was kind of legit like worried about the
Yeah, I
guy.
remember when you messaged me.
And after that, like, and then he got on a live and he said something about what was it? His being in New York or like in a big city with
Mhm.
his girlfriend and how he had to push her out of the way. And then like it was so he was like, yeah, it was so bad because that people were like coming up and asking her if she was okay when I was just trying to watch out for her because she's, basically implying that she's like ditzy and doesn't know what to do with a big city.
Mhm.
And I'm like, whoa, wait 1 second. Like that is exactly the way a abuser downplays what they have to do to try to make it the other person's fault. Like
Yeah.
I saw right through that and I was like, no, done with that guy. Absolutely not.
I and I mean, obviously, like I seen the red flags because of prior experiences with people, but I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because at that point, like obviously, I had already known a lot about him.
Right.
Um, he
And
wasn't
and like
as
Jimbo
much.
was trying to help him.
Yeah.
Like,
So I was trying to like give it a chance and whatever, but I was.
right.
And Sarah, they did once together with Graz. They did a show together. Um, yeah. So I don't know why they only did one show together. Probably jealous of each other. Who had the bigger belt buckle or something? I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be
I
surprised
was
if they're
probably pulled
fighting
out his like
now.
the fighting belts. Like, look at mine, guys. Did you see that one that Rick Snay made of him?
No.
I don't know if it's new or if it's just new to me, but like I was dying. It's called Real something jazz, like real play on words of like his old channel name, but it is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like real chilled spaz. Check it out. It's so funny. It's really funny. Like Rick's just sitting there, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, wait, what? Like he's trying to like emulate uh him making fun of him. Freaking priceless.
That's another one that just it's mind boggling.
I don't get it. I do not get it.
Oh, Sarah. Here's because she doesn't know who that is. So take a specific female that reads very slow and make them male, and it's kind of the same person. That's how I can explain him to you. Mind blown.
Mind
Yeah.
blown. Oh,
Is that people's excuses every day, Fuzzy Bee? I just can't with some of these people. I just can't. And even when I try to be the nice person and help them or whatever, like I'm somehow the bad person in the end. So
oh yeah. Like that whole situation that just like blew like like we're just like what what happened? And like the one girl, I don't know, I thought we were cool. Apparently we're not, but like okay, whatever, but
yeah,
It's like, how do you do a 180 in life like that? It's like, I don't get it.
I'm gonna think it. I'm not gonna say that out loud.
Why? I always say stuff out loud and you don't ever.
Oh, I say a lot out loud, but it's your story and you're sticking to it. Well, as long
Huh?
as it's your story. Let's see. Maybe they all just have really bad nonstop headaches. Yeah, so none of them can go to work or do anything productive in life. I mean, I think I can think of one thing that all four of them have in common.
What?
I think it would be a safe bet to say drugs, that they all have drugs in common.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if that's true, it's just not an excuse for bad behavior.
No, I think they're all old enough to know better.
Yeah.
They can't do anything
Um,
except YouTube. Yeah, I'll have that. Hi, Justice.
Hey, and you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with earning a paycheck from YouTube and like doing this.
Yeah.
It's when you expect people to pay your way and like you um don't like give back, you don't, and you just and you lie about what you need the money for, like just like
Mm-hmm.
be honest, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, my problem isn't people making money on YouTube at all. Like, and I've always said that. It's when you're begging, lying, manipulating. That's when there's an issue. All the little pity party stories and
yeah.
like do something productive and change your life. Don't I don't know. Whatever. I'm to the point now where I'm like, if they've like people have been shown this routine of the same cycle over and over with different
Mhm.
stories and they still want to give them their money, that's a big their problem. Like I'm just done.
Yeah.
Like you're making a fool out of yourself, but whatever. Do you?
Yeah, I struggled with, well, you know how I struggled with, playing that video that I played today
Mm-hmm.
from the hearing. And um, at the end of the day, it was just like, it's a court hearing. So that's kind of what I've covered on my channel. And I think that putting it out there was important, especially when he is trying to intimidate um, individuals. It's absolutely ridiculous, and that's like if he like in his own words, like those were his chirps, and he is still trying to. I was just like talking to a friend. I was just like being, like any of you would do. Have I ever one time text you when I was angry and been like, I want to kill them and torture them and kidnap their children. I am a serial killer. They don't know who they're messing with. Like, said no one ever.
Yeah, no.
Like, that is not um an appropriate response to your channel getting taken down.
Right.
Like it is, and he thinks that he literally was telling that judge of like, no, I didn't threaten her, but you wanted that person to reach out to her and tell her those things. Like, hello. uh, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret, like we talk a lot behind the scenes and we're like real friends that hang out and like we've both called each other when we were upset or text each other
Yeah.
whatever and like those are just things that you don't say.
Yeah, like you know, like we may have some weird conversations, but like I am never going to tell you to like you tell them for me that I want to kill them all, like kidnap their kids and torture them and like go completely crazy. Like that is not, and he tries to normalize that. Like duh, anybody would do this if you're put in my situation. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
your situation is not anyone else's fault or responsibility. It is completely yours.
Right.
And
And
it's
what's
just
the
like,
whole, like, everybody's like, well, you're kicking them when they're down. Well, who got them to that position? Not us.
yeah,
We didn't make them these
right.
shitty people.
No.
They chose to be shitty people and they chose to not better their lives.
Yeah,
So
like
no,
be
we're
just
just speaking the
be a better
truth.
human.
We're speaking the truth and they should do something to fix it. End of story. Like, it's
And
just,
then he will post a bit like, what should I change? I haven't done anything wrong.
no, nothing at all.
It's it is out there. That's why it's like I try so hard to find um you know, explanations or like try to understand the human psyche that goes into the supporters of him. And like I don't know, you know, like I guess if you like a like cult type mentality, like cult type hold on people, um you know, what do like a burn after reading had called him like a televangelist type person. And I think that's kind of a good to draw parallels from of like this um I don't know.
I'm like, here's the thing. Like, if it was like a one off, like something happened, they put it out there, their subscribers wanted to help them, I could see that, right? But when it's every day for every single thing, like, no, that's
Right.
just unacceptable.
That's such a good point there. Yeah. You know, and like I mean, there is no, when you abandon your like you can look up the laws on like possession is 9/10 of the law, you know, like you could look up like abandoned property, blah, blah, blah. Um, you know,
Hmm.
12 gauge.
Or the come over here and explain to us, how this person is like this person. And then the next day it's, well, I'm still going to kiss their ass because I don't believe you. Like, how much
Right.
more there could I? And then a week later, it's I was bashing said person. And I'm like, I couldn't have been any nicer about what I said.
Yeah.
Like,
Or oh, he just said that he sent someone to meet Crime Geek and she did not show up. Like that is a bold-faced lie. Like, but there has been rumors that he is um on the move, like in like headed that way. And I mean, talk about the absolute panic, you know,
hmm
at the thought of like that is a possibility, you know, or him going to CrimeCon, you know,
that
like
other
how,
people are going to pay for.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he raised money to go to CrimeCon and didn't go, but he did go to jail instead. So, um, nothing wrong with a day job. Nope.
Yeah, like, if you if you're not in a position where you can pay your bills, then you probably shouldn't depend on YouTube to get you out of serious life issues. Just saying.
Yeah. And like, you know, you could be good at something it still doesn't, and call yourself fan funded, but it doesn't still doesn't give you an excuse to lie and grift off of those people. Like, how many times have we heard him say that he's going to do A, B, C, and D, and then that doesn't happen, but you already gave him the money for it.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. I'm almost to the point where I'm like, why do I even bother warning people?
Yeah. But there's been so many silver linings that have come out of it. You, Incog, like, um, just people that have um, realized the truth. And, like that's and who knows, maybe someone will Google him when they are about, because I don't know, like, to me, in my adulthood, especially after I had children, I have never dated someone that I didn't Google and then look for any criminal hit, like look them up on my case or wherever. Like, I don't understand a world where that's not something that you do, especially in this online world of dating. Like, no, like that needs a thorough, paid for background check before that person is entered into your life. And so, hopefully, like if there is a next new girlfriend, and they happen to see, if they Google him and one of my videos pops up, and that is the reason that they were like, yeah, nah, like I'm not gonna go down that route with you. Like, that is a preventative measure that I was able to help facilitate, and that makes it all worth it.
Right. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Ivy, I agree. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to pull with that one, but yeah.
And I've made good friends on both sides of YouTube that I've been dealing with these types of people, but then I found more people that just make me want to scream. I'm like, I don't.
No.
There was one person that was literally asking for coffee money every day. Go buy a coffee pot and a tub of coffee. We're going to the gas station to get coffee. Like, simple fix.
Cheeseburger money. Remember that one? I was so like, that group was such a mess. It was just like, what is happening? Like, it was so crazy in there. Like, you just like every day was just like, what is she gonna do today? But the lives, just cheeseburger buddy over and over again. I just like can't. I never want to hear that again. Ever.
Some people need biscuits and gravy money. Jesus. Or someone to rent them a car, or
Yeah, it is a really big cup, actually. Tequila money.
I'll wait till I tell you about the new. I don't even know whether to call it money laundering, scam.
What? What?
I'll have
Money
to tell you,
laundering.
I'll have to tell you about that one off here. Oh my.
Yeah. Sounds like a titillating tale.
Oh, it's Ernie's favorite food, Ivy.
I love it when a Truth and Justice says burns my biscuits. That just cracks me up. And then the tequila turns into Tito's. I only drink tequila if I am at a Mexican restaurant having a margarita. Oh, they changed the sizes at this Mexican restaurant that we go. So I felt like, not so bad because they only had like the 16 ounce and then like a 32 ounce.
Hmm.
And so, of course, I can't drink a 32 ounce drink of anything like in one sitting. That's just seems impossible. Um, but like the 16 ounce, that's cool. And I don't feel bad about it because it's the smallest one they got. And then they went and made a smaller one. And I was like, that is unfair. How dare you? So now I've got to be like, well, I like now, like, oh, it could take a 12 ounce or a six, like, hello. This is like, why don't you get the small one? I'm like, I have been getting the small one for all of these years and I'm not about to change it. It's a 16 ouncer for me. Thank you. Yeah, that's true, Kel. Very true. But I don't really like I don't like homemade margaritas or real I've never really had a margarita that I liked anywhere but like these two places that we go here in town. So for me it's just like if I'm making my own drink, it's gonna be Tito's.
Yeah, I don't think you were here. Oh, well, you may not have even known me yet the last time I made margaritas at the house.
I used to get Long Island's and I was always like super puzzled. I was like so drunk. Like sometimes like, hey, like how could you like they were like, how could you be so smart on some things and just like so not on other things?
What I used to drink when I was like 22.
Hey, it's a cheap way to go out because you just need one, but it's like all all of the alcohol is and I was thinking it was just like tea with a little bit of alcohol, just like a mixed drink. Nope.
Well, I don't even know why that's what I drank because
They're
in
good.
in my early 20s, I didn't pay for my drinks at the bar anyways because I knew the owner. And then after that, I started working in bars, so I knew like all of the owners in the local area, and we all just took care of each other like when they were in each other's bars and stuff. So I don't know why I ordered them. No, Kel.
Yeah, I am not a cook. I'm not a mixologist. I am not a good baker. I can deep fry, I can air fry some stuff all right, as long as it's pre-made from someone else.
Okay, don't depend on Mel to feed me ever.
No, that's why I bring the condiments to your house. I did make something for your last thing. Nobody ate it. So like again, like I never
You ate or you made the pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah, nobody ate it.
Some of it got ate because you left some of it here at least, and it got ate.
Did it? Yeah, I'll get a hankering to just like try to be like a baker or cook. But it wears off real quick.
That was the kid's first drink for her 21st was a pineapple upside down.
Ever have liquid cocaine?
I haven't. I had liquid marijuana.
I have not, but I have seen it. It was really like a weird, I don't know. It was just in like a squirt bottle. I was like, what? No thanks. See, I always get I'll get this big idea. I'll get on Amazon because I don't go to grocery stores and I'll get on Amazon. I'm like, I am going to meal prep Like, I am going to do it. I'm going to make these meals and we're going to eat them. And then we just end up with a bunch of food in the refrigerator that
Gets thrown out.
Yep.
That's my, like, one of my biggest pet peeves with everyone in my house. They'll put their leftovers in my fridge, swear they're going to eat it later that day or the next day for lunch. And then I go to get in the fridge like 3 days later and it's still sitting there, just taking up valuable space. So annoying.
Oh, Kel isn't talking about actual liquid
No,
cocaine.
just about the drink. It sounds horrible. Like I'm just gonna say it. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, I don't like Brum or Jaeger. I used to like remember back in the day with like Jaeger bombs were like so popular. Like that was like the cool drink to get.
Yeah.
Um
They still are with the younger crowd.
yeah, like I can't hang with the like the Jägermeister.
I had to play
It's
bartender at the engagement party, and that's what they wanted was Jaeger bombs, but none of them know how to
really
like mix multiple and pour all the shots out. Oh,
yeah.
give me the stuff.
I like Tito's and Monster, but I love leftovers. I
I don't eat.
can order like I order from this Japanese restaurant and they just have super huge servings, so I'll get like sushi and then the meal and then like crab rangoon or whatever, and I can eat that for 3 times. Like I like to eat things over. I have had the same breakfast. Like sometimes I'll switch it out, but I had Reese cups for breakfast for almost a decade, like every day. I
No,
like to eat the same things over and over.
this isn't when I cook. Like when I cook, if there are leftovers, Mr. Chaotic takes those to work the next day for lunch. It's the like when we go out to eat and they insist on bringing the rest of it home. Why? Let the restaurant throw it away because I'm tired of throwing it away. Like, okay, we went out to Hibachi for her 21st. I end up with 4 containers of food brought home. How
Nobody ate
many
it.
of them are here today? And no one's here except, well, I mean, 3 of the people are here. But, like, one of them doesn't eat leftovers, period. All of the containers are still here. Not touched. I'm going to have to throw it all away. Why did you even bring it?
Yeah.
It's just obnoxious.
I do always eat my leftovers. I get so mad when I take the time to like, I'll put it in the leftover box and then leave the box there. It makes me want to go back in and get it.
I was really surprised you didn't message me on Saturday. And
Bye,
then
Otto.
I was trying to figure it out because I was like, well, she's going to want to drink. And if I drink, then I'm not going to sleep. And then I'm going to be hungover at the convention.
Yeah, I was like, if you had reached out, I probably like I would have been, like made a decision, but I was like, my back hurts so bad.
Yeah.
I just didn't do anything. I didn't get to go to the race, so I was just kind of like mad about that. And
It worked out better because she changed her mind on going to the bar anyways. And then, I mean, I still only got 2 hours of sleep before we left this morning, but I just didn't.
yeah, I agree with you, Justice Served Daily, but there are things that I think taste better later, like lasagna. Give me second day lasagna anytime. Spaghetti, same thing. Most Italian stuff.
Lasagna, yes, but that's about the only thing.
And then like the air fryer just whew, it'll change your life having one of those.
Like, and so like the kids' favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I hate leftovers. So luckily, his family does a big Thanksgiving, so they go there, and I don't have to deal with it anymore. I'm just like, yeah, just bring Mr. Chaotic a plate home when you come home.
Right. Yeah. My mom buys me hospital trays because I don't like my food to touch.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm the
so
same.
then she'll send me home with a hospital tray of leftovers just for me. And then, like, because I'm the only one that will eat it.
Yeah, my food can't touch, and I eat one thing at a time, and I turn my plate as I go.
Me too. Yeah.
We would just be a blast to sit and watch eat, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's a very orderly. And the thing is I don't know about you, but like I can eat a bowl of stew
Mm-hmm.
or soup or whatever, but if it's not like cooked together, then it is not going to get eaten together.
Yep.
Um, my man was trying to like we were all like the kids were younger and he's like, you really like watch they're starting to emulate the way you eat your food. Like you don't, I was like, just like maybe try to show them that it's okay to not be like that. Like, like because it's been important for me to not like project my stuff onto them. And so I'm like, okay. So I took in this on the same bite of the fork, like a green bean and mashed potato and like ate them together in my mouth. It's watering right now at the thought. That was literally a good 12 years ago. I'm still not over it.
Yeah.
I can still taste that green bean in those freaking mashed potatoes. I love green beans. I love mashed potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
but like they don't belong on the same fork.
No.
No, they don't. And like it literally just grosses me out to this day that I ate that bite. And I mean, I started gagging over the sink. It's like I couldn't pull it together to even fake it that like it's okay to, I was like, just don't be like your crazy mom, okay? Like eat your food all messy and just go ham on it. But like I can't.
Well, Mini Chaotic, her food can't touch either.
Yeah.
She's a little better than I am with like being able to eat different things, but they can't like she could never eat two things together like that. But she can sometimes, depending on what it is, bounce back and forth. But for the most part, she's just like me.
Yeah, I gotta beg to differ, Sarah and Justice. Gross. I
Uh,
can eat a casserole.
mm-mm. I
Um,
don't eat casseroles either.
I like like soup, casseroles,
I don't eat pot pies. They
even
freak.
a vegetable medley, like on a grill. I don't eat them all in the same bite. Like they still get like eaten separately, but they can touch each other. But I used to take bread, like I went through loaves of bread as a kid. I like had a bread like fetish or something. But I would take the crust off the bread and use that to divide my food up when I was little. Oh, I love pot pies, especially the
Nope,
KFC kind.
nope, can't do it.
I love them, but they come like that. It's just the mixing the food that doesn't come like that. Can't get down with it.
I don't like them at all. Mini Chaotic likes them. I don't like them.
Yeah.
What if I did that? What?
You. I don't like having different textures.
Yeah, like I don't even eat rice because I don't like the texture.
I like rice. I'm trying
Nope.
to think of the stuff that I don't like the texture of. I'm sure there's a long list. I have a lot of texture issues with like clothing, tags. They're so unnecessary. I feel like we are beyond tags.
I don't like
They
Hot
should
Pockets either.
not be on anything.
I don't eat
What?
potato salad.
Dip brisket in a potato salad?
I don't even eat
Absolutely
potato
not.
salad. I think it's disgusting.
I like potato salad.
Mm.
Beans and peas?
I don't eat either of those either, unless there's beans in my Mexican food, but I don't eat peas.
I love
They're finding out
mushrooms.
how picky Chaotic is when it comes to her food, is what they're finding out.
Yeah, I'm not picky. Like, I like a lot, but they just don't like it together. I do like to eat mushrooms on my steak. Like when it comes like that, like at a restaurant.
Mm.
Ew. No.
No, no, no.
Potato salad on a sandwich?
Mm-mm. A what?
A sandwich? Maybe put no big potato salad on my sandwich. Like that would piss me off. Like so bad.
Yeah, they are disgusting, Justice. I don't know what these people are talking about. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not a big pea person. It's kind of weird. They, and they pop. Like,
Mini Chaotic likes them, and I'm like, where did you get that from?
it's like they have like I don't know. I don't like them. And I don't like sprouts.
I don't
They
eat
look like
anything.
a science experiment.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't eat those, and I don't eat anything that looks like a tree. I don't care if it's
yeah.
white or green. I'm not eating it.
Yeah, like I don't like that either. But like sprouts, my mom and like they made us eat them when we were little, like really little, and we had the health food store like that we lived inside of. And it to me, it was just like this is what your hair looks like under a microscope. Like I, I cannot.
And now you do hair.
I know. Like, and if you look at sprouts and you look at your hair under a microscope, yeah, same. Like, not not for me. And then dandelions, I know they're like really healthy for you, but I tried. Fried dandelions are not bad,
I'm not eating no flowers.
but oh, I love asparagus.
Don't eat that
It
either.
has to be cooked right though. Like people can really ruin asparagus.
I don't eat asparagus. The State Fair donut burger. So I haven't had it. The kid at one point did have me convinced to try it with her, and then neither of us went through with it. So I'm gonna go with that's probably a no too.
Yeah.
And I love fair food. Like, just
Yeah.
give me all the deep fried, bad, unhealthy things.
Yeah, that Japanese restaurants, they do fried Oreos. Oh my gosh. And I've got them at the fair before too, but they are like
Hmm.
fried Oreos are good.
The fried candy bars are good, and yeah, just give me all the unhealthy stuff.
I like fried.
I don't do nope, 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 no broccoli. Mm-mm.
I like broccoli.
I don't eat broccoli. I don't eat cauliflower. Ugh.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts.
Don't eat those either.
Like if you like cooked in bacon. Mm.
No, I'm not eating none of that. At some point, they're going to be like, "What do you eat?" That's what's going to happen.
What younger me didn't eat. I don't think there were any actual vegetables that I did eat. Like our parents even tried to like get my brother and I, all we had to do was eat salad one salad per day for 7 days, and they would take us to Disneyland, and we failed night one, puking.
I will
Like,
eat salad, but my
couldn't do it.
salads are so drenched in ranch.
Yeah.
If I make them at home, a ton of cheese on them, that it's not really salad at that point.
Yeah. I love salads now. I ran away from home over Brussels sprouts.
I can't eat
Oh.
green stuff. I had a babysitter that hid green beans in a sliced hot dog. Why would they do that? That's horrible. I like pickles. I like green beans. I like cucumbers, celery. That might be the extent of my green foods.
I threatened to run away one time, and my mom packed me a suitcase. She put me like my favorite stuffed animal in there. She packed me some clothes, got my toothbrush. Like I mean, she really packed it, and she put me outside. And I never said I was gonna run away again, ever. Like I was just like, oh, my aunt, she took it a step farther. Like my cousin told her that she hated living with her and that she would rather live anywhere else and she was going to run away. And so she was like, all right, packed her up a suitcase and dropped her off in front of the like orphanage
Nope, I don't eat chili dogs.
in the middle of town.
You're
She's like,
lucky
there
if
you go. There's your new home.
I.
And just left her there and like drove around for a few blocks and then came back and picked her up. It was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't eat chili dogs, and I might eat hot dogs twice a year, maybe. Nah. Mm-mm. Ray likes your mom.
Yeah, she wasn't falling for my manipulation about, well, I'm just gonna run away. She was like, all right, I'll help you. Let's get you all packed up. Don't want you to be out there without your stuff. But the thing is like my mom was like, oh my gosh. She was, if you could think of, she had like, there was millions upon millions of ways that you could die if you left the house. Like, she would think of it. Like if you were going on a
Like you do with
trampoline, like
Mikey.
jumping on a trampoline with your friends, it was like, now stay in the middle and don't get bounced off because you could land in the middle. And then that if your head falls in between the where the springs are and the bar and the trampoline, like you'll break your neck and be paralyzed for life. It's just like she would tell these like crazy stories about how you could die.
You mean like
Um,
your theory of me and Mikey?
yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. But I don't, I didn't do that to my children and I didn't let her to do it either. It's like, I don't want them to be afraid to live because you end up with me's of the world where I don't have any fear of anything. Like I've gone skydiving, I've gone cliff diving, I've done any kind of like stuff like that. Like I have no fear of that stuff like that. Like I like it. Like rock climbing, all of that. No fear. But a ghost that may or may not be real, or a pig, or all of the other many escalators, elevators, spiral staircases.
Oh, I love spiral staircases.
The list goes, they're cool to look at, but they're intimidating when you're trying to like go up them. They just kind of freak me out.
If,
Banks, post office. Like I have a long list of like
if we
things that
do
I'm
it,
afraid of that hold no, like they're not scary. Yeah.
yeah, if we end up building a house like I want to, whether I do a super modern house or I do a replica Victorian, it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to have spiral staircases somewhere. I love them so much. I'm
I
also
mean, I
trying
think they're
to convince
pretty.
him to put an elevator in, and he just keeps looking at me like I'm ridiculous. But I'm like, one day we're going to be old. How will I get up in the tower to my library? I feel like I need an elevator. Just saying.
See, look what Gray used to said. Exactly why I don't like elevators. I wonder if he has an escalator story that he could find us where it turned someone into a crinkle fry.
Have you seen the
Yes, absolutely, Gray. Whew,
have you
I
seen the
jump. I literally jump out of them.
I do like the weird, like I watch the escalator and then I'll get on after I've watched a few. But there's these new
Wow.
elevators where it's like a continual circle of like one comes down as one goes up and there's no doors, you just walk in. So it's like the same concept as an escalator, but in an elevator form. And I seen the video the other day and I looked at Mr. Chaotic. It was like, could you imagine me trying to get on that thing? I would
Yeah,
never be able to do it because I would miss aim the step.
right. And revolving doors.
Yeah,
Why
who
is that
thought
a
that was a
thing?
good
Like
idea?
that is just way too complicated. Like that you could trust other people in a revolving door. Like I
People you don't
absolutely do
know.
not trust strangers. Like some of them will be like 6 different compartments in a freaking revolving door, and you're supposed to trust that some a-hole behind you isn't going to try to run, like, and
Well,
then
now
that
they
door is
have the
going to hit
one,
you in the back of the feet. Like, absolutely no,
and then
no.
well now they have the ones that turn on their own. So you have to time your enter
Yeah,
and your exit, and it's what
I
if you
don't have
have
that kind of
luggage and the
coordination.
door gets stuck on your suitcase?
No,
Oh, I don't. No. Mm-mm. So many dirty things.
yeah, escalator. We talked about escalators last time. It was like
Yeah, you're convinced it's going to turn you into a French fry.
a crinkle fry. No,
Don't worry, I won't put an escalator in my house.
yeah. Like I don't know if I would return. I liked some of the museums in DC, but like that underground system they got there is just too much for this like Indiana girl to handle. Like I just couldn't handle it. Like, and I am not but the older I get, the more I do have to say, the more I do cry, but like I am not a crier. And those escalators there made me cry. Like to get on something with other people. I don't think I just don't trust other people. Like I don't want to be in something that someone else is in control over and I can't like get out when I want or like get off. Like I don't like it. On like an airplane.
Apparently, he was live earlier, Gray.
Oh yeah, he did a real doozy. He deleted one, but of course I screen recorded that one, but he did one tonight again.
I'm
Like he
sorry,
really
Sarah.
made himself look like a fool though, because he should have watched the hearing. You'll enjoy that. My live from earlier today. The hearing was
I wanted to nap so bad. I was like fighting sleep to finish your video. So
today.
yeah, because I hadn't slept at all, and I was like, I'd gotten home during probably like in the first 30 minutes or so of it, and I was like all cuddled up on the couch with my blanket.
Mm-hmm.
I was just fighting the sleep, and I was like, oh, I hope this isn't too much longer. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Greeno was the case. It's the audio from the injunction hearing that he um, got while in jail from Crime Geek. I mean, it's just irrefutable. And like literally, when the judge said, you know, I'm telling him about getting his stuff back or whatever, that's a civil matter. And she's like, and today I've heard anything. This has been anything but civil, sir. Like, hello. And I mean, she didn't even need them to submit. If you did, I don't know if you guys caught that, but like the judge was just like, I got enough. Like I have enough. Like he shot himself in his own foot with trying to, be all pro se and ask her questions. I think at that choice right there, like the judge said in the beginning, like you can either, you have the right to, you know, question the question her, or you can just save that for your final arguments. And like I like at that moment with like he starts questioning her, I would have loved to seen the judge's face. But they didn't even have to submit into the actual record the chirps. It was just the testimony and the reading the chirps on the screen. And she was like, I've heard enough to make a ruling. Like right now, I'm ready.
But he didn't watch it. He just thought he'd talk about it.
Yeah. Hello? Like, what are you thinking? But then again, like, he was there. He, and it didn't him just trying to like keep telling the lawyer, yeah, I didn't threaten her. No, I didn't threaten her. It's like, sir, like we are literally, did you say this? Yes. Do you think it's reasonable that is a threat towards her? No. I didn't say it to her. I was just venting to a friend. Like, what? Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's that is, and if people really think about whether you just try to listen to that impartially, and the red flags that should be going up in anyone's mind when a respondent is doing a pro se in that type of a hearing, and they are asking the petitioner about their sex life, like the inappropriateness of that. And when he said, the judge, like he said, I have not conditioned her for sex. And it's just like, what? Like, can you please say that again? Like, what? Conditioned her for sex? He was like, well, that's a part of the stalking statute in Indiana. No, it's not. Like, he just came up with conditioning someone for sex. Like, where did he pull that out of? Like, that is weird.
It's pretty strange statement.
Yeah, like that is a like my friend, she was murdered, had a protective order, and right after that she was murdered by him, and her children were unfortunately witnesses to the murder of their mother while they were laying in bed with her at night. And that a-hole was going to make the children testify. Like, that was the thing that they were like trying to get the state to plead the case out. Like, it was totally a rock solid case. Like, there was nothing about it that wasn't buttoned up. Like, there's no question. And the thing that got to the prosecutor and asked on, he asked the family, like, I don't want to do this, but the defense is going to call these two little girls, they were 12 and 10, to testify on the stand. Like, like just that type of, and like Joe, someone gave him they went to the prison to interview that asshole, and he literally blamed the murder that he committed against her, on her. It was her fault she was murdered because she made him mad. and she shouldn't have gotten a protective order against him and tried to alienate him from his children. I shit you not. Like, but that's like the mentality of these that pattern that I'm talking about. Like, this guy literally thinks that if she had, like, to say out loud on the news, and the news gives you a voice to say, well, if she hadn't tried to alienate me from my children, she'd still be alive, and I wouldn't have had to murder her. What? Like, it's that whole everything is somebody else's fault. And if you had to just got in line and not piss me off and obeyed me and let me control you, then you wouldn't have died. Or you wouldn't have nothing bad would have happened to you, or I wouldn't have hurt you, or I wouldn't have criminally confined you, or intimidated you, or stalked you. Like, it's the same shit, like. So they gave him 20 years. And he'll be like in his late 50s when he gets out, like. And the thing is that in that same interview, like, he was mad at the judge for allowing his children to leave the state of Indiana and move to Hawaii with her father. The CPS moved the girls in because she didn't have any family that was local. So the girls were first placed in his mom and dad's home. And when the CPS, like, they were never even placed there, because when the CPS worker showed up, like the social worker showed up to the house, they were going to put these little girls in a room where he was like a knife collector. Like, the stepdad, like Joe's stepdad was a knife collector. He had like swords and daggers and knives all over the walls, which is exactly like what their mother was just murdered with. Like, not just murdered, mutilated, like awful. And he wouldn't take him down. Like, he was like, no, that's my collection, and they're staying up, and this is the room that they're going to have to sleep in. So the social worker was like, yeah, this is not going to work out. So then they tried to place them with his brother and like sister-in-law and their family. And we were having this event to raise some money for them as a salon. And then the aunt-in-law, their aunt by marriage, was very sweet, and she was letting the girls be involved and letting them like make crafts for this fundraiser. They were so excited to come. It was kind of like a carnival, all these little fun things for kids, and the girls didn't show up the day of it. And the reason that they didn't show up, we find out the next day, is his brother took a hammer to her, like to the aunt. Like, and then they finally got to go and live with her dad in Hawaii. And Joe was mad about that, because how dare he has a right to see his children, and how dare the Indiana courts allow them to leave the state of Indiana, where they will not be able to visit him in prison. What does that all sound like? Like, like, you got to be kidding me. And this is somebody that those two girls have done amazing with their lives, and they are beautiful and so talented and driven and everything that he wasn't. And he will get out, and because they're his property, think about those two girls' lives once that maniac gets out, who views them as his property. Not his children, their property, to be controlled. I can't. I am not looking forward to that day. But I've got to get an organized podcast like episodes out before his first parole hearing. Like I have to at least try, like I'm
When
sure there'll be a bunch of us that will show up to any parole hearing and speak on her behalf. But
I mean, we're different, but we're also the same a lot.
mhm.
I think we're a lot more alike than people think we are. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Also,
No, I think like obviously like superficially we look different, but like I think underneath it all, when it gets down to like the bones of both of us, we have a lot in common.
you mentioned you're scared of ghosts. Have you ever seen one? I know the story behind it, but I don't know if it really counts.
I have not seen a ghost.
Thank you, Justice.
But I've told that story quite a bit about the one experience, and it was with Angie's
It's on one of my
trinket.
videos
Huh?
too. It's on
Yeah.
one of my videos too.
Yeah, I moved to her, like Angie, the person I've been telling you about, like I moved to her station after she was murdered. And there's a big closet, and like some of her stuff, like she hadn't it wasn't cleaned out all the way. And like I couldn't look at it, but I also didn't want to just throw it away. And so I just put it in the very back of this, like a cabinet in my closet. And I came to work. The I work every other day, so like 2 days later, and it was that figurine was like on the floor, set up, facing me on the floor, and it's like, okay, like I probably maybe I said a little like, probably my fault, like. So I put it in behind a stack of client cards, and the card stock was like the high end card stock, and the client card stack was like this high. So you're talking quite a heavy load, and I put it behind that. And then I came into work again, and it was on the floor in the same spot, facing me in my closet. Like that's the only, like, I don't have any way to explain that. Like, and something just told me to say, like, your kids are in Hawaii where you wanted them to be, and they're safe and they're doing really well. And
Yeah.
then nothing else ever happened again. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I would, and I don't really know what, like, I don't really know why I thought to say that, like, in that moment, but that's just what I said. It's like your girls are fine, and they're, because I guess that's what I would want to know. Like, I didn't know
Right.
what was going on. Like, it just something that you can't explain,
Yeah.
like.
Um, driven by the same values. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think like the biggest differences is like obviously I'm darker as far as like my aesthetic. I'm more vulgar. Um,
I don't know.
oh, I'm definitely more vulgar. Um, I don't know. I don't. I think same justice. I might get into that stuff on my spooky channel eventually, but I don't know. We've touched on it like here and there, but I've never
Yeah.
went into like full details about stuff.
And I realize that a lot of like my hangups are just from like the way I was raised, you know.
We were definitely raised different,
Mhm.
100%. Like
Dysfunctional,
night and day.
both kind of dysfunctional, but like definitely different.
Hmm.
Um, but my mom did exorcisms, you know, and like we knew about those. So um, I think that just the stories and like some of the West Virginia holler stories that got passed down, you know, they just, when you're hearing them at an inappropriate age of maturity, like they can kind of leave you with some scars.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. Like both of us
I'll be
had
right back.
dysfunctional childhoods, but it very much was like light and day if you compare our whole stories as far as like everything. Mm. Yeah, I mean, things. There's still stuff that happens in any house I've ever lived in. There's always been stuff. I mean, Mel can tell you a story about seeing somebody in my house when she was here, and everybody was outside, and she's seen somebody walking around in the office through the window. Um, I think a lot of times they just want closure, but sometimes it's just a simple like letting you know that they're still there, or a thank you or something.
Oh, we used to go to French Lick when I was younger.
If you ever want to tell any of those stories, you can do it on my spooky channel, Justice. Oh, you know who I didn't see come in here tonight? Grandma Watches wasn't in here tonight.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Hope she's okay.
Yeah. I don't think she was in my live earlier today either.
She wasn't. Hmm. First house I had on my own was haunted. Lots of crazy shit I'm trying to forget about. I mean, I guess not everybody wants to remember those things, but that'd be fun. I like spooky stuff. I love hearing other people's stories because then I don't feel like I'm like alone in it, I guess. Because most people won't talk about it when they experience stuff. So,
Yeah, I probably fall into that category.
mm-hmm. Yeah, because me and you've talked a little bit, but I haven't seen Grandma Watches around in a few days. Hmm.
Really? Well, when did we do the live with Aspen? Because Grandma was in here that night.
Well, and I've seen her in another chat. Um, but I don't remember what it was after Aspen was on here with us, but I don't remember what day it was. And I've seen her I've seen her at Sunny's, but I don't remember what day that was either. Hopefully she pops up tomorrow. I firmly did not believe in ghosts, but can 100% guarantee they are real. Yeah, they're real.
Mm.
But you have to remember, ghosts aren't the issues. It's the other things we can't see.
Yeah, I am afraid of everything that I cannot see.
And most things that you can.
And I don't even like microscopic like bugs or anything
It was
of
when
that nature.
it was no Thursday. Was it Wednesday or Thursday that we did a show?
I don't have a clue.
It was one of the two.
But I need to go to bed before
Yeah.
I get hyper. I do have to work tomorrow.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, I should probably get a few things done.
Yeah, we did almost 4 hours again.
And then try and get some sleep since I slept 2 hours yesterday, 3 hours the day before that, so.
Dang. And I didn't wander around too much. Like I was able to like stay. I only wandered off like 1 or 2 times tonight. So there's that.
And your internet cleared up for us?
Yeah. Is it right now though? Because it says I got 1 bar.
I mean, you sound normal, so yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening to us chitter on. I'll see you later.
All right. Good night, everybody. See you next time. Bye.